Yeah, let's just think about this for a moment. My Saturday night included going to a place where I met, let's be honest, Sonny, who is still smoking hot.
Yeah, she did a porno, by the way.
Yeah, I mean,
That's gotta be. That's in your hard drive. Admit it.
Oh yeah, that's in the stank bank. I mean, it's up there. Yeah. And look at his Saturday nights. His Saturday nights probably included a circle jerk with Tom Brady and Master Chief. Oh, Tom, please deflate your balls in my mouth while Master Chief quad chops loads of semen in my face. I mean, you compare Saturday nights, there's no comparison.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground. Shit.
Radio Underground, episode 80. Mike, Al, Brian, in this order.
Is it episode 80?
What up?
It
Big
is episode
80.
That's 80, the age I feel every day when I wake up.
No one's better than me on the board.
That's true.
No one.
I'm
the greatest of all
Not
time.
even trained professionals.
Nope.
It's about how old I feel.
All
too
you Specs
sometimes.
Howard grads don't know shit.
Yeah. They don't know how to run this complicated equipment that's made to be as easily as possible.
It's got Simon buttons to make it even easier.
This thing is like the old Street Fighter 1, not 2. Street
the
Fighter
first one. Pop,
the pads. That's how easy they make it.
Oh, yeah. And I know that one.
And I still mess it up somehow. Anyways, we're Radio Underground, and we had to play a Jeff drop. I haven't played anything from Jeff in a while because I haven't heard Hillbilly Havoc in a while. Jeff, are you still doing it? If you're not doing Hillbilly Havoc anymore, or you're in between it, just call in. We'll give you a segment again. Might as well.
Yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to start talking with Kentucky accents and just do our own version of it and steal the name.
This is Radio Havoc.
Come on, guys. I can't do the voice. I'm sorry, Jeff. That was rude.
I want Hillbilly Havoc back, but if I can't get it,
He was doing a circle jerk with Tom Brady.
it's so awesome. His rivalry with Morgan is.
That's classic.
I mean, the early days of Radio Underground, nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah,
them two fought constantly.
True.
That was back when it was just we were just drunk all the time and just going nuts.
Pretty much just drank.
A couple of young kids.
Yeah, I was 40 years old back then. Man. It's a long time ago.
So long.
It was a different era.
Yeah, it was. That was before the pandemic and COVID and everything too.
Yeah,
everybody was.
That's true.
It seems like it doesn't even seem like 2 years ago. It seems like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, might as well different. We used to have a free country back then. It was amazing. That's all over.
Yeah, I mean, I know. When you guys started, I was a drunk still. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Good point. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, you were.
Way to bring everything down, Alan.
Yeah. Well,
it's a good thing.
But then when you rebuilt yourself and rose like a phoenix,
yes,
into that microphone slot
from the ashes
in slot 2. I got you on 2, so you're in that 2 slot.
Yeah,
I'm number 2.
Yeah. Ryan's actually number 1.
What
on the slot?
All right,
I'm 4 because I actually have the shortest cord and I want the shortest distance.
It makes sense.
Jeffrey 4. So anyway,
got to give yourself an extra inch.
Speaking of new eras, the Lions finally fired.
Yeah,
football. The honorable Mike Patricia.
Yeah, we get it was. I mean, obviously it was time for a change, but
this is more your guys' wheelhouse. I'll just let you do it.
The Quintricia era is over. I personally, I would have probably waited to the end of the year and let them lose some more so that we can get a really high draft pick for the next guy.
Well, chances are they're still going to lose more.
They'll still
agree.
lose, don't worry.
I agree, but there's always that when the coach gets fired, like a game or two. Then,
yeah,
and a game or two is, when you got 4 wins, a game or two can put you, especially the way this season's going with how many teams are like in really bad shape.
Yeah.
They could end up picking like 15th.
I know.
With
it's
a
terrible.
6-10 record.
Yep. That's true.
So that's why I'm like, man,
I know a few people that thought that cannot think of a special teams coach.
Oh, Braden Coombe.
They thought for sure he was going to be the interim coach. Like, nope, Bevel.
There's a lot. Well, there's a lot of talk that he's going to get an interview because he is very highly touted amongst coaches. A lot of them really like him. Like they didn't want him to get out of Philly.
Oh yeah, that's right. He came from Philly.
Yeah, they didn't want him to get out of Philly. So, and another special teams coach from Philly back in the day is one of the longest tenured head coaches now, and that's John Harbaugh.
That's true. Yeah,
he was never an offensive or defensive guy.
Just special teams.
He was special teams, but that's the only. If you look at our special teams, it's our only. It's our only bright spot, really.
It's true.
Right now. So,
yeah.
I mean, but I think he'll get an interview, but he's really young. But
good. That's what I
mean,
want.
that's what my thought is. Yeah, because there's a lot of young guys out there, but that's my thought.
You have nothing to lose.
That's my thought. It's like, why not? I mean, the LA Rams took a shot on a guy named Sean McVay who had basically 1 year of coordinating.
Yeah.
And he really wasn't a play caller either.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar with what's his name in Buffalo, McDermott. He wasn't. He was like a 1 year play caller or something like that. Well, that's what I thought. I mean, and it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be him. It's already on the team. It could. I mean, Robert Saleh. He's another guy. I mean, look how decimated the Niners are. On the defensive side, and they're still ranked 15th, but they're ranked like second in yards and 11th and anyway they're still ranked in the top 15
with
overall.
Probably had out of any team in the NFL the most injuries
exactly
this year.
Yeah, and they're better than the Lions defensively.
Yep.
So the new coach is going to come in. He's going to grab the playbook that they've had the last couple years, and he's going to be like this right here.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the new playbook.
But they're talking about, obviously there's already write-ups about new coaches and stuff. And
the first one I saw was like Tony Dungy. And I'm like,
oh, really?
I'm like, Tony Dungy 20 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, really? I mean,
that was
it's time to go young.
And I don't know if it was a professional or just, I can't remember, somebody just on my Facebook feed or Twitter. But I was like, come on.
Oh, that's like the guys that all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, you're going to get Ditka. I'm like, yeah, get a 80-something-year-old losing his mind Ditka.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, great. Well, let's bring Lou Holtz in. Oh, yeah.
Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz is going to come in and shoot.
Just new blood.
Oh, God.
You know what? You got to
bring Bill Parcells back. Okay. Yeah. It's like, I mean, for a decade, it was bring John Gruden. If John Gruden wanted to coach, he would have coached, right?
Yeah.
I like. There's
Bobby Bowden. That's my personal pick.
Is he still? Wait, didn't he? No, he was almost dead.
He's almost dead a couple weeks ago.
He got coronavirus and lived.
Yeah,
at 90.
And he was he had transplants and shit in life, and he still he toughed it out.
Yeah, but I mean, there's like they talk about Eric Bieniemy from the Chiefs, and obviously, I think he deserves a shot. I mean, he's definitely proven to be a really good coordinator. I mean, he does have like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, that he's mentored.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of them that I like, and some people probably wouldn't maybe necessarily. Nice segue.
Nice. We sound like a professional show. What the hell's going on?
One of them is a guy who's been a coordinator a couple of years now, but he was a coordinator. Byron Leftwich.
Yeah.
He's
the old quarterback.
Yes. Yeah. He's actually a good coordinator.
He's a coordinator.
I don't watch sports much anymore, but last time I heard that name, he was like a 270-pound quarterback.
Yeah.
He go to Marshall?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Marshall quarterback.
He's been the coordinator for 2 years in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And then he was with Bruce Arians in Arizona for the last year. He was the coordinator last year. He was the quarterback's coach, and then he was the coordinator last year. He was there. But yeah, he's a sharp guy. And you know, a lot of these coordinators, that when they're under a head coach that goes a certain way, you know, and they're being mentored under that coach, they're not that. You know, I believe that was Patricia. I believe Patricia was a good coordinator because he followed Bill Belichick's rules. Yeah. And then when he got out, he got cocky and said, "No, but I'm going to do it my way, and we're going to do it this way."
You know, and that's back then when
I can add a little bit to it and make it better.
I'll improve the Bill Parcells formula.
Yeah, except for that he basically alienated half the team, and you know, I mean,
he was, and I was all for it when they hired him a couple years ago. I fell for it, and the thing was, I don't think anybody really even looked because if you look at the numbers, they weren't a good defense when he was a coordinator. They weren't a great defense.
No. Actually,
Brian Flores was definitely a better coordinator than.
But in his
Patricia.
defense,
he always his defense is always ranked somewhere in the top 10, but usually about 10th.
And
10th or
I don't
11th.
know how they did that because
and they were Super Bowl, you know, those, and that was like when they won Super Bowls.
We're top 10 every time, never past 10,
right?
But always right at 10.
But like even the year that the year before he became the coach, I was all about him. But then that last year he was in New England. They went to the Super Bowl and lost. He actually was demoted from play calling duties for half the season.
Didn't know that. And
that's when I'm like, all right, you know what? If he demoted
that's when
him,
the lines are like, yes, we need that.
I'm
man.
like, I don't want this guy. And I like Brian Flores a lot when Miami got him. He's the type of guy that I'd like to see here. But you know, that's the guy that if you're gonna get a guy who's kind of tough like that.
Yeah,
you have to bring in a young team for him to build. You
can't have an established team.
Yeah, you can't bring in, you know, and then, but I mean, Patricia was a bully, really.
Yeah,
I mean, there was guys that said it. Like, I mean,
kind of bad when you're a bully with no results.
A'Shawn Robinson played for us for 4 years, which means he played 1 year longer than Patricia did here. Yeah. But he told because A'Shawn Robinson immediately tweeted today. He's like, "Oh yeah, remember when you said you're gonna take my career?" Oof. He goes, "Well, how did that work out?" You know, and he's in L.A. and he's like playing really good in L.A. next to Aaron Donald, one of the best defensive linemen. Well, the best defensive lineman in the league right now. But yeah, Byron Leftwich was one of them I was thinking about. Another guy who I like is a college guy, and I don't know that he will, but he's actually my choice for Michigan.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, this guy is actually my choice for Michigan.
Oh, for Michigan, okay.
If they decide to part ways with him, and that's Matt Campbell from Iowa State.
I almost said from Soundgarden. That's Cameron. Matt Cameron isn't.
Is it? The soup guy, yeah.
Yeah, the Cyclones. The dude took over.
Iowa State?
Yeah, is it Iowa State?
Cyclones.
Yeah. He took over that team. He's been there 4 years. They've been ranked 3 years straight. He only had one losing season. As 9 years as a head coach, he's only going to be 41 tomorrow, and he's only got one losing season. He's only got one losing season. And he was in Toledo. Mm-hmm. He had Kareem. I think he had Kareem Hunt at the time, and a couple of
Mike's brother.
Yep. Yeah, Mike's brother. Yep. But he's a young guy. But a lot of people think that he wants to stay in the college ranks. That he really. So I would suggest him for because I think he could recruit good because he's had so many winning seasons.
Yeah, for Michigan, it'd probably be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Michigan. I think one day because they'll rise to be a good team again. Yeah. It'll happen.
Yeah,
but the Detroit Lions will never be a good team.
Yeah,
they are a snake bit. I put it on our chat. Like there's no one fucking even watching, but I put it on the chat. I think the Lions are the most snake bit franchise in pro sports. There might be one or two beyond them, but they're like right near the bottom.
Oh yeah,
it's just worse. They've had some pretty good athletes. Even when they have the guys they kind of want or need, it just don't work.
Yeah.
Something falls apart.
No, I think
Some
that
link
they are
in the chain.
I think that they're absolutely the most snake bit because you can look at like what the Cubbies, they went forever without a World Series. Well, they got one now.
Yeah.
So screw them. They're done. They the venom's been sucked out of their fucking leg, whatever. But even the Cleveland
I heard the Browns. That's the one I hear is the other.
But see, the Browns, all right, are we talking the Browns as a whole, or are we talking the new Cleveland Browns? Because the Browns as a whole, in the 80s, they went up against Elway. It was Schottenheimer against Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
All the time.
Bernie Kosar, man.
Yeah, Bernie Kosar against John Elway.
If it wasn't for the drive, they would have been, Elway's famous drive. They would have
been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were a good team that year.
So, and I remember they had good teams. So really, I guess if you're going by like since the 90s and the last 30 years, yeah, they're probably pretty bad too. But their problem is poor ownership. Where I don't think the Fords are poor. They want to win. They just don't know how to pick people. They put the wrong people in place.
They get blamed for being bad owners, but I don't think they're that bad owners.
No,
they're just not great.
Because if you look at the Browns, Jimmy Haslam has owned the team for 7 years, and this is his 5th coach.
Yeah,
7 years. He's his 5th head coach.
Yeah,
he doesn't tolerate it. Another bad owner, Dan Snyder. He wants to win. He wants to win, but he always puts he goes and spends all this money, but he does what he wants to do. He doesn't listen to anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any hope. It's just the
Fords go out and they hire like people to help them evaluate people to hire. So, they ask the NFL for help.
I still think it's in a lot of cases, it's still like lightning in a bottle, like the right coach or the right guys in the system, and then they buy. There are teams that are always, that do good for a reason, and then there are other teams that's kind of luck. I figured just by dumb luck, they would have a good team that made a deep run just one time.
Or they would have won, maybe
get a couple playoff wins or something.
Or won, because they haven't won a playoff game in 29 years.
Well, like even with like the general manager, I don't know where here's the only logical thing at this point that I can think of to do, and that is to go to probably one of the greatest franchises for consistently being a good team, not always winning, but have won Super Bowls and have been in lots of playoff games, but they're always a consistently good team, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
True. Yeah.
They have the greatest ownership.
Yeah.
They've had 3 head coaches in 50 years.
Yeah.
They have mentored all of their front office people. Kevin Colbert, he came up through the ranks, and that's where I think you should, and that's where I thought they should have went and poached 5 years ago. I didn't have a real issue with Bob Quinn because of looking at his pedigree and how much he was a part of. He was valued there.
Oh yeah.
So I thought, okay, but again, he was a guy that now I'm out from underneath these guys. Now I'm going to do it my way. You drafted a quarterback in the 6th round, like 2 years in a row or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think you were getting a fucking Tom Brady? You weren't getting a Tom Brady.
I don't know what they were thinking.
Jake Rudock, Brad Kaya,
mm-hmm.
Not Tom Brady.
No,
not close to Tom Brady's.
Nope.
Tom Brady didn't look like much coming out of college. Okay, he didn't look like anything special when they were evaluating him.
Now he's Gisele Bundchen's husband.
But the thing with Brady is Brady.
And I say that because she's actually worth more money than him.
Yeah,
she is. Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I was like,
Brady always took less money to.
Wow, she actually just likes him.
Yeah, it's actual love. I think.
Yeah, it is. She's actually in love with his ass.
Yeah,
it's amazing. But she doesn't need his money. She's got more.
Brady wasn't until now where he's actually just doing it for the money.
But then Brady's so competitive, like she's worth a little more, and I got to have her.
Yeah.
Now he's with her for the money.
I mean, if you think about it, like his contracts have always been a little bit lower, but he always he always restructures and gives money back and everything, and then
so they can sign more people.
This time,
when I saw their net worth, he's like $200 million, she's like $312 million. It's still like hundreds of millions each.
they're like half a billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good for them.
But like when people try to get that next Tom Brady or whatever, they forget that he had the heart of a champion because he's very,
but not a Detroit Lion.
Yeah,
heart of a lion.
Tom Brady is very driven. He even when he was at Michigan and people when they would talk smack on the radio about him, he'd come out the next week and he'd like fucking kill it.
Yeah,
because he hated that shit.
Or he had a split time with Drew Henson.
Yeah,
which still. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, and I just remember like Drew Henson.
Drew Henson did have a good arm, though. I mean, he did a few nice plays, when they put him in there. But I don't know.
Like, I mean, I remember he chose football or he chose baseball, and that didn't. That didn't go so well. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go play football." And
once you get out of football, you can't go back. It's not riding a bike.
He got drafted in the 7th round.
He dominated NFL Europe for a couple of years. Not dominated. He did okay. Remember NFL Europe?
Yeah.
The good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. It's like the CFL, but not as good.
No. CFL is just fun because, man, they put up some points. It's insane.
Yeah, well, isn't the field like super wide?
It's a lot wider, yeah.
Yeah, well, Is it longer too? Or is it just wider?
I don't think I think it's the width.
They're playing on
the field.
They're playing on basically a 100-acre farm.
Yeah.
That's the field. It's like, what the fuck?
I thought it was like 110 yards length too.
It's fucking huge.
I'm trying to remember the money. I think the reason that Henson didn't do football was because of the money that the Yankees gave him.
Yankees threw him like insane.
$17 million, and like half of it was guaranteed.
I'll go play and be a subpar Yankee any day of the week.
Yeah, because there was like
so I don't blame him.
There was like no guarantee that he was going to get drafted high.
No,
so
the money was there in baseball, so I don't blame him for it. But yeah, he was
like Kyler Murray basically knew I'm going. They already told me. I mean, I'm going right at the top, so that's why he gave that money back to the A's because they gave him like the $4 million signing bonus before he even left college.
Yep.
So he's like, I'll just give that back because I'm about to get like $25 million. That's about $30 million, I think, guaranteed for them.
I don't know what the salary structure is.
The way it works out, it's like fully guaranteed. It's a 5-year contract, but the 5th year is an optional.
Mm-hmm.
The first 4 years, it's fully guaranteed. Usually, is how they do it, but it's about the average of about 6 to 7 million a year.
But they're not giving out the same amount of money they were for number one.
No, there's no like big signing bonus like there used to be. It's just
there's a cap.
Yeah, because it started. I think the first year it started with Cam Newton.
Okay,
and he got like 4 years, $25 million. It was all guaranteed. It was like $6.25 million.
Starving.
Yeah.
But then, like, who was?
But then the year before that was Sam Bradford, who got $55 million guaranteed. Right. On top of his contract. He got signing bonus of $55 million.
He tore it up in the NFL.
He tore up his arm and legs.
Didn't he do both arms somehow?
Dude, he's like shredded his shoulders and his knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked too, because remember when he like did the comeback and they had him? I think they had him in Philly, and then Teddy Bridgewater went down and they traded for him. They gave up like 2 first-round picks to get him in Minnesota, and he started off. He was under Pat Schumer. Schumer
was Golden Globes.
Schumer was his offensive coordinator, but I mean he was like gunning it. He was playing really good, and then he got fucking hurt.
Yep.
It was like
What's up, Morgan?
But it was funny because like he said he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll come and play there." They had to not only when they traded him, he said. He got them to sign him to a fucking contract to guarantee like $20 million a year for 2 years.
He must just be a really nice guy, and they're like, "All right, let's just sign him."
They gave him like $40 million for like 9 games. Or something like that.
We took his people's land. For Christ's sake, let's give him some money. Just give him whatever he wants, okay? I don't care what he wants. Just anything he wants.
It's basically just.
Was he taken out by a guy with the Custer mustache? That tore his arm
He
off?
might be. There's a lot of those now, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like one of those guys that have that.
Yeah, that's like
They did the bugle thing before they tackled him.
that's like the guy
Get
in
Sam, get him.
the guy in Jacksonville. Gardner Minshew had the big mustache like that last year he was in college. I've seen like 5 or 6 quarterbacks now like in college that all got the cheesy mustache.
Mutton chops.
Yeah.
I figure like Custer, like the atrocities against the Native Americans made that look out of. It's like the it's almost like the Hitler one. Like there's certain ones you can't do anymore.
Yeah, right.
So I want to bring that back.
Like,
My favorite one was the one that it's like the mutton chops, but it comes down to right here and then connects up to here. But there's nothing here.
Yeah, it connects to the mustache.
Make all the guys that work for DHS get it.
I seriously, I wanted to do that at one point.
You look like a Civil War general.
Yeah, I wanted to do that at one point.
That'd be awesome.
I thought it'd be cool. But yeah, like the Hitler. What's it? That show Key and Peele. He was like, he goes, no, I collect memorabilia. He's like, no, man, that shit's racist. He's a black guy. He's like, no, that shit's racist. He goes, what's with the mustache? He goes, it's Charlie Chaplin, man. It's my Charlie Chaplin, man. I'm in a Charlie Chaplin fan club.
God.
Yeah, there were good things.
He
goes,
did.
no, there's a hit. That's a Hitler. He goes, no, man, it's my Charlie Chaplin.
It's not a conspiracy theory. Hitler did really believe in animal rights.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, yeah, we kill the people we want, but just don't hurt these deer.
Dude, he was a strict vegetarian.
So if you're a vegetarian, think about who you're in company with.
You
are comparable.
They said
to a mass grave.
A lot of people said that he was like constantly fucking gassy too. He walked around farting all the time.
Oh, he was gassy, all right.
Yeah.
No, gassy, not gassing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, they said they walked around just ripping ass all the time.
I believe it. All that broccoli and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Back to mass graves.
Yeah. Okay.
Michigan, Detroit Lions, and the Michigan Wolverines football team.
Yeah.
What the hell? What do Wolverines do now? They just keep them, or they fire them now?
Like I said,
then try get somebody in there and start recruiting.
If they get rid of them, they got to bring somebody in who's going to be able to be good to recruit. I mean, even if you take 2 years, there's guys.
I like
on
how
the team.
the keys to win: recruit. It's always the same.
Yeah,
the guys
I love the game day keys to win. They gotta stop the run.
I'm one of those college coaches. We don't think recruiting is very important at our school.
They gotta stop the run, and on offense, they gotta make more plays than the other offense.
Yep,
the John Madden stuff.
Yeah, if they can just get that ball down the field
at the end of the game, the team with the most points on the board is gonna win.
Establish the run.
And
special teams.
Yeah,
it's always It's like.
So basically, the rules of football.
The rules of football.
So basically, just if they go out and play a football game against this other team, who they do play football, right? Yeah. If they play football too, then one of them's going to win.
Yeah, they need to update it a little. Okay, we want the skill positions to be all black, so they're fast.
Yeah.
So,
just be like, we don't need any Chinamen.
Yeah.
Or any or any Spaniards.
Yeah. We need people we don't need the lack of fast twitch fibers. We can't have that.
We just need a big white quarterback and a bunch of black fast guys.
Yeah. Those are the keys to winning. Big white quarterback.
Yep.
Fast black guy.
He's got to be tall. Tall
6'5",
white guy.
preferably and above.
Yep.
Fast black guys.
So we were talking about
that's it. That's how you.
And giant meatheads on the line to protect them
from the south. They're all hill.
Yeah. The mix some Samoans in there.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
You can't find enough of them. They're not as
actually. You want a bunch of offensive linemen from Wisconsin also too.
Yeah.
Because they always just churn out the offensive linemen.
Yeah. Literally. Yeah. Just churning them out.
It's churning like cheese and butter.
Yep.
Like Wisconsin, but now, whereas the Lions should go younger, I'm not saying that the Wolverines should go old, but they need to get somebody who's established, who's known.
To establish the run.
Almost like an NFL coordinator guy, somebody who knows who can help these guys transition to the pros. So that's
Are you talking about Matt Patricia?
Hello, Brian.
No.
Phil says hello.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, Phil.
What's up?
All right, so they need.
He said my name specifically. He's going to say something about me.
Yeah, he is.
Something's coming. Something is coming right now.
He's bringing it. All right, so
He never mentions me by name.
So you got the. All right, so you're saying not older, but
Not necessarily not young. Somebody who's established, who knows the NFL game, because a lot of these guys are looking for a coach who will help them transition to the NFL.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think that would help with recruiting. I don't know who the fuck it would be.
Okay. I thought you had some.
I have nobody in mind. That's just my theory.
Okay.
Like I have absolutely no candidates in mind.
So
I did literally no research on this subject.
So Phil, what do you think about bringing the?
I'm shook.
I'm shook. The General Custer mutton chop look back.
Yeah, we should do it
for coaches.
It's a good idea.
Maybe defensive lineman.
Yeah,
that work too.
Defensive lineman could work.
We could do that. Just they have to go everyone did all the white guys did the Viking thing for a while. The long hair.
Yeah, like Clay Matthews, AJ Hawk, all those guys do like a Custer type thing.
So it's time to go forward.
Nick Mangold.
Oh yeah,
he wasn't a Viking anyway. He looked just.
Yeah,
dude, Nick Mangold's sister played like girl football.
Did she?
Yeah, she played like on a female football league. She looked just like him and played center too. She big center. Looked just like him.
I didn't realize
laying out chicks.
I didn't realize that female football was that big a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
They 100%.
The old-fashioned meaning business.
So do I. Yeah. What about the Department of Homeland Security? They all got to look like Custer. What about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That won't cause any problems.
None.
So do I. I don't know what a DV. I know that's something horrible. I'm sure. What is a DV?
The old-fashioned mean business. He's going to have to explain it because I have an idea what it is.
Is it part of DVDA?
That's what I was thinking.
Double vag?
I was thinking double vag. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Potentially.
Could be.
I mean, there ain't nothing like a good DVDA.
No. Not at all.
It's true.
We agree.
I still
domestic violence. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, we didn't think double vaginal at all.
Oh, I didn't think domestic violence, because I just thought, back, they mean business. I mean, that's just, if your lady got out of line, you just,
back then it wasn't domestic violence. That was marriage.
She just,
that was, they didn't, as the great Connery said.
Not a closed fist, just the back of the hand,
multiple
to calm her down.
Well, because then you let her go, she still won't let it go even after you let her have the last word.
And she wants to go and say something provocative.
You got to end it. There's a way to humane backhand.
Yeah, the backhand is the most humane way.
Yeah.
To keep her straight.
Never just leave the room till she calms down. Don't do that.
No.
Right.
Hell no.
Stay in the room, assert dominance, backhand.
Or one of the guys I work with, his hands were all beat up one day. I go, "What the hell happened to your hands?" He's like, "Oh, the wife was pissing me off, so I went outside and beat the shit out of the wall."
Well.
Oh, okay.
The wall.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, is that what he calls her? The wall?
Connery would have never had dealt with the Jada Smith and that entanglement.
Fuck no.
The entanglement.
No, that'd have been far too provocative.
That'd have been beyond provocative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see it. I had actually planned on calling Aaron. I'm going to give him a call real quick.
Do it.
He likes the Lions and is depressed just like we are. So I'll call him. You know what?
While he's dialing, I was going to say, real quick, if Harbaugh somehow beats Ohio State, that's next week, right?
Yes, the 5th. Yes.
So yes, next Saturday. Does he somehow keep his job at that point?
Yeah, I really don't think they're going to fire him anyway.
I know they're sold on him. It's a weird year.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Aaron. What's up?
Hey.
Not much. How are you guys?
You're on the air, by the way.
Yo.
Oh, yes.
So we're talking about
amazing.
How horrible the Lions are, and they finally fired the coach, and just things are really bad for Michigan as well. How's State doing? I don't even know. How's State doing?
State just beat Northwestern, so that's amazing because I thought Northwestern was going to be the elite team for the Big Ten this year.
Yeah.
So that works out well, and that's all Michigan State does is clutch
Spoil
when it comes to clutch, and then lose to crappier teams and
the loins.
just break my heart. So
yeah, Phil said the loins. That's a good
The
name
loins.
The
Yeah,
Detroit
so-
Loins.
We'll have a shirt
The
too for
loins.
Smart Mouth.
for them. So what are you up? What are you up
the
to?
Loins ought of take Harbaugh because I think he would be a better NFL
No.
coach, and
No.
he would stay in Michigan.
No.
I think it's their best option.
No.
That or,
Fuck no. There's plenty of options out there. I want to go
Well,
young.
they said Saban too. I don't know
No.
if you
I
guys
want
heard
young.
Saban's not an NFL coach.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I would give Saban another shot, like, because, you know, like, look at, like, I mean, Belichick, he didn't do so well his first shot. Neither did Pete Carroll twice. But,
Yeah.
but I you know what? And that's another thing, too. The guy I read the story that said Saban, he's like, yeah, he's only 67. I go, quit. I go, you need to. He's like almost 70 now, so shut the fuck up.
He's
first of all,
69 years old.
and I'm like, you're gonna have to
Yeah,
give
he
him
is.
total control of the team. No, don't
Yeah.
do it. No. I think.
So you don't think Nick Saban with Alzheimer's would be a good choice for us?
Well, I don't think they're gonna keep the team intact the way it is. I think they're gonna start with the whole young crew of people, and I just don't think that once these guys once they're out of the college and they're not going to put up with some old school dude in the pros when they're being paid professional money. They're, you know, you're going to have to, they don't have to obey like they do in college, you know?
Yeah.
So I just
Well,
don't
the
see
good thing is if you actually look up the stats, we're actually not the worst team, though.
Oh, no. I just,
So
I think when it comes down
made
to
me really comfortable.
I think that whoever they decide to go, if they're going to do a complete, full, like, you know, all new coaching staff, I think it's going to be. I think the team will end up being a total rebuild.
I do.
I think that. I personally, if I'm Matt Stafford, I don't know if I want to go through that again. You know,
No.
if there's a way for me to get out of here and get on a team that maybe can win in a year or two, he may try to do that. He may try to get himself out of town. You know, his wife might try to get him out of town. I don't know.
I don't see him doing it just because the money is getting paid, and then the quality of quarterbacks in the league right now and backups.
Well, and that's what I
You
mean.
know,
It's not gonna be easy. Like a few years ago would have been the time. Like if the Lions wanted to make a statement back then, if Bob Quinn would have wanted to make a statement at that point a few years ago, he could have traded before the Texans got Deshaun Watson. They would have gave up 2 first-round picks for him. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
I guarantee you. Bill O'Brien would have totally did. I mean, look what he gave up 2 first-round picks for a fucking left tackle. You know.
well, that's why I'm glad the GM's going too.
Yeah.
I think it was just a coaching move.
Oh yeah. It had to be. When they hired Patricia, they extended Bob Quinn. They gave them this. He had already had 2 years here. They gave him the same amount of years. They basically gave him an extra 2 years on his contract to go along with Patricia's.
Yeah.
So if Patricia goes, Quinn's got to go. That's the way it had to be.
Yeah.
You know, because
They're too connected at this point.
they you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel bad for Patricia just because his role with the Patriots, but I mean, offensive coordinator, head coach on a lousy team that never does really anything right when it comes to staffing players, how you were just saying, and making moves. I feel kind of bad for him.
I mean, he had a lot of say in all these draft picks and all these players. You know, I mean, him and Bob Quinn, they made all these decisions together. They went and got all these expatriates, guys that Bill Belichick felt weren't worthy of big contracts. And guess what? They weren't.
Yeah,
It's true.
They weren't.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like I haven't seen really other than Jamie Collins. Jamie Collins, the only guy that looked really good this year so far. I mean, Trey Flowers don't look bad, but does he look $18 million a year good? I don't think so.
No. Who else did get a contract last year? Jesse James. How many balls has he caught?
Oh,
but and the thing is, we got Hawkinson. I mean,
that's what I mean.
My opinion,
they paid $25 million for James, and then drafted a tight end at 8.
Yeah, I mean, well, the year before you couldn't find a tight end out there, so they go and grab the best available on the free agent market, which wasn't that good. He was a backup at best.
My point is they overpaid for him.
They overpaid. Also, they overpaid this year for
number 8.
They overpaid for that Haralavaitai, whatever his fucking Winnapapahogo, whatever his fucking name is. The dude from fucking.
Is he from South Pacific? I'm guessing.
He's like and they paid him. He was a backup, and
you had another person that's related to the Rock.
He was a backup in Philly.
Yeah,
and he played good when they put him out there, but. We go and give him 5 years, $45 million. The fuck are you thinking? To play right tackle, and he's not even playing right tackle. He's playing right guard.
Yeah, he's not playing his natural. Yeah,
Halapalapavaitai.
Phil wants to know: does anyone look good for their money outside of massive crank Mahomes?
I think they overpaid for him too.
Oh no, they got him cheap, man.
$400 million.
Yeah, when you break it down, it's not going to be. He's going to get another contract beforehand because if you look at the numbers for that contract, it's very inflated looking.
Does Mahomes have a massive crank?
I've
never heard.
He might.
He's mulatto, right?
Phil would know.
He is mulatto.
So he's got something in there.
I didn't mean that to sound like Phil's gay and knows that kind of things. He just seems to know things.
Goddamn.
I think Brian is goddamn stupid.
Sorry.
All right.
No, you know what? I think another guy who's worth his money, who's not getting a guy who doesn't get enough credit because he's on a really bad team right now, is Deshaun Watson. That guy is playing his ass off right now. He is playing MVP football on a crappy ass team.
The good thing about him though is he's still young.
Yeah, but they just gave him a big old contract. I mean, it doesn't start yet. It doesn't start. Neither Mahomes hasn't started yet either, because they still have to serve out the fourth year of their contract, and then it's all added in. But I mean, that guy's playing. He's playing MVP. He's playing as good as Mahomes on a crappy team.
Yeah, that guy's got a cannon.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's got a cannon. He was in my fantasy lineup. He did me justice.
Has that 6'5" Nord gone pro yet from Clemson?
No, this year.
What's up with the purple uniforms tonight? Did you guys see any of Clemson games?
I didn't see it, no.
Yeah, they were wearing, because they got, they wear the orange helmet and they got the little purple stripe on it. And
no, I didn't see that at all.
All right, the whole uniform was purple. And the helmet was orange.
Really?
It was
for Clemson?
Yes.
That's weird.
Did Mike Tyson knock Jones out yet? Anyone know?
I don't
Morgan asked if we were.
No, man. There's no knockouts.
Morgan asked if we were watching it.
It's like a sparring match. It's like a light sparring match. When I went over all the rules, because at first I was like, Mike Tyson's going to kill him, because didn't Mike Tyson fight heavyweight and
he did,
Ray Jones fight light?
But it's hard. It depends who's aged worse. That's who.
All I know is,
lose.
Did you see that shit with Tyson with that cake with the head, a cake that was shaped like Roy Jones Jr.'s head, and he cut his fucking ear off and ate it with his kids at the table. He goes, "Oh, it tastes better than the original ear I ate," or something like that. I'm like, Jesus.
It's good promo.
Well,
Jesus.
I got to comment on what Phil wrote there.
Yeah, that's some serious stats.
Those are the stats. Why? I can't get over that. Why does he have 2 interceptions?
Oh, I know.
He should have 0 interceptions for
pathetic
for $503 million contract.
Well, if you
that wasn't an exaggeration. It's $503 million by the time he's done.
Yeah.
You should have a perfect QB rating and no interceptions.
It's 503. That's including the 2 years he still had left.
The rest of it's $450 million.
Yeah. And really, if you think about like basically Aaron Rodgers signed a $35 million a year contract, and they just got him for $10 million more a year, but for 10 years. And if you break it down, really, the way it was broken down, it's very team friendly. Yeah. Where he could, even if he held out, if he kept that whole contract and never renegotiated one, he would actually be, by the time that 10 years is up, they said he would probably be underpaid by 10 to 12 million a year for a quarterback.
I don't see how a quarter of your salary cap going towards one person.
But it's not the way they did it. It's not going to.
They're doing a signing bonuses and deferred
signing
money.
bonus is always, it's I mean, what's he getting? He's probably going to get 100 million signing. Probably more than 100 million.
I just think, he's I think he's a little overrated. And he hasn't really done much to prove anything to me yet.
Right. Overrated.
Yeah. I'm just saying, what's he done so far?
Yeah. I mean,
he's thrown 2 interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad number.
I mean, he hasn't even. It's like
200% more
over
than zero.
It's right.
He's played over 10 games, so he's played over what? He's played over half a season, right?
Tomorrow, they play 10 games exactly.
Why doesn't he have over 27 touchdowns? He should have like 30. I mean, he should be getting like 30 something. He should be averaging like 3-4 touchdowns.
I say
every
32 is the.
Has he ever thrown 50 touchdowns in a season?
That's no.
Just saying.
Peyton Manning, right?
Rodgers. You're talking Rodgers.
No, we're talking about Mahomes.
So, Aaron, are you still a Denver Broncos shill?
Oh, yeah. I'm never going to switch.
I might actually watch the Broncos game tomorrow.
I'm watching them. If they put that thing on TV, I'm fucking watching it.
I might watch that game because they literally have no quarterbacks.
They have no quarterbacks.
None.
Well, and on top of it, all right, so what was it? One of them, their
Imagine
backup,
getting COVID at altitude.
They said their backup
suck.
So Driscoll was the guy who had it.
Driscoll's the one that had it. Then they said that the other guys, they were, because they got Blake Bortles, they got, and then Drew Lock, and then some other guy.
Yeah.
They said that they weren't. I read an article. It said they weren't being honest about where they've been and stuff, and then they weren't wearing their monitors like they were supposed to be.
Well, they were all with him, but no one had masks on. So either way, according to the protocol they got to do, they're out.
So idiots.
Yeah.
2018, 50 touchdowns.
Don't wear your monitor.
All right, well, that was 2018, man. What's he done lately?
What's he done lately?
Nothing. That's what.
Phil's taking everything I'm saying seriously, I think.
I don't care.
Can you prove he threw for 50 touchdowns?
It was a fluke. He threw 50 touchdowns and they didn't even win.
It's a fluke.
They didn't even win.
That's the thing. If he threw for 50 touchdowns that season, how come they didn't win the Super Bowl that year?
Yeah. Oh, who beat him? Who beat him to go to the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the year after
laser pointers.
That was the year after they got rid of the Matt Patricia's.
Was that the laser pointer game too? Where they had the people doing the laser pointers and shit?
Oh, that was the Rams and Patriots, right?
Oh no, I thought that was the Chiefs and Patriots in the AFC Championship.
Oh yes.
See, KC fans got to cheat. Laser pointer,
and they still
Tom
lost.
Brady's face.
Yeah. Well, it's like Deflategate. Remember the Deflategate game when they blew them up? Like they weren't. It wasn't. It was a tight ass game, and then they filled the balls up to the right air pressure, and then Tom Brady threw like 4 touchdowns afterward.
Yeah,
he was only winning because of that slightly deflated ball.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
If they would have had Tracy out there, Mike, how do I know that?
Yeah,
how do I know that?
How do I know that?
Would have been perfect.
Oh man,
yeah.
I'm just saying, $500 million for one person. Now Mike Trout's worth the money. That's one person that's worth the $400 and some odd $million. Mahomes, I'm not sure yet.
I actually, I got a Mike Trout rookie card, and I think it's worth a little bit of money.
It's worth about 65 cents.
Yeah, our card's worth anything that.
They're actually making a comeback. Baseball cards.
Yeah, they are.
Sports cards are starting they're starting to hold value again. But I wouldn't know what tight ass means.
Oh, all right.
Well, so
what do you got? You got a virtual card deck now, like Magic the Gathering on the computer? Is that
Yeah.
I got me a rookie card right here. I do too, because I can just log on. And look here, I got the Mike Trout rookie right here on my computer.
Yeah,
mine.
They got one Mike Trout rookie that's going for thousands.
Yeah, I
It's
saw.
not mine.
I'm gonna get the Honus Wagner right here. Hold on.
Get the virtual Honus Wagner.
Yeah, Aaron, I read some article like a couple weeks ago about how
I got the Mona Lisa.
they've been
right?
they're making a comeback, like actual baseball cards are starting.
Yeah, actually, all of them: baseball, basketball,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
who was
after
the big one? Who was that big kid that came from college and started
Morgan,
playing? What was that big kid
I don't know.
Zion.
in college? Yeah, Zion.
Yeah.
Like, if you have like a Zion rookie card, it's like ridiculous.
Well, you know they just ruined that dude's career, right?
Who's the
what,
coach?
The Pelicans?
Yeah, you know they just because they got rid of Alvin Gentry, who is a really good coach, and they only gave him 1 year with that guy. And then who did they get? Stan Van fucking Gundy.
Oh yeah, his career's over.
His career is over, dude. First of all, Stan Van Gundy don't like black guys, so I mean, you know,
Phil, that's not fair because I'm pretty sure everybody would pay
Yeah.
money for a jar of Keanu excrement.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And no, I wouldn't. I
the
wouldn't pay for that.
spice.
I don't have money for that.
I believe that Keanu's
CJ
excrement
Pro-
is the spice.
CD Project Red is, they're probably neck deep in Keanu excrement right now. They can get their fucking game out.
I stand by what I said too about Stan Van Gundy. He doesn't like black guys as much. Think about it. He got rid of a lot of guys on our team, and then he just kept bringing in these white dudes, drafting them. Henry Ellison, Luke Kennard.
So my dad runs a team.
Yeah, Luke Kennard, Henry Ellison.
We're gonna get all the white boys on my team.
Get rid of all these guys. Bring in all these guys from overseas.
You ever seen Hoosiers? That's the blueprint right there.
Let's put all these
Chest passes.
European
Chest passes.
guys who play.
Fundamentals. We got to
We got
win
a
with
team full of
fundamental.
white guys, and they're doing good.
They won a championship.
At least I ain't got to worry about
Hoosiers
them.
did.
They'll stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not gonna have no riffraff around here.
I was amazed when they did when they did that, when the Pelicans let Gentry go like that. I was like, you just got this guy who's the face of your franchise for the future, who's like might be one of the best players, ever eventually, and then you go and give him, and you go and go, oh, Stan Van Gundy, that's the guy you want to put in there with him.
I don't have a problem with them letting Alvin Gentry go. I have a problem with them bringing in Stan Van Gundy.
I mean, I didn't have too much of a problem with Gentry.
Gentry's
going,
not going to do shit for them. They're not going to make it anyway.
But I mean, they were
Gentrification happened after he left.
They did have a couple playoff. They didn't get too far, but
that's what I mean. He'll take you to the playoffs. He ain't taking you far into the playoffs.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't have a problem with them making a change, but to
playoffs,
you do.
It's been beaten to death, but I still want it.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back because no one's used it in like 2 weeks.
Definitely don't want.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want. I mean, fuck. There was talk when they hired him. There was talk that the Rockets were considering bringing his brother back. I go, when was the last time he fucking coached?
Don't know.
It has to be. He's had to have been in the booth for at least 12 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
12, 15 years somewhere.
Yeah, because it was the Knicks, right?
Yeah, he's like the early 2000s, wasn't it?
What?
Here, when we do sports talk, there's the name of my.
Oh.
I was like, what'd you see? What
It
was
disappeared.
Where'd it go?
I don't
Checked
know.
It out.
I don't know.
And I hit send too.
You did. It just didn't show up.
Anyways, we're 87.9 Stadium Underground.
That's our sports talk.
All sports all
Yeah,
day.
I don't know. I got away from basketball though, quite a bit. I just say it's mainly football for me, which I mean that hasn't even been too well for me. So
I think it was last week we said, or maybe the week before. I don't remember. But of the four major sports, that's the least interesting one to me is basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, but in the same sense, I
hockey.
do like watching basketball. I do like watching it. It's just it's.
You hear that, Phil? Mine's hockey.
That's just because he doesn't understand hockey.
Speaking of that, there's another new hockey team coming, the Seattle Kraken.
The Kraken.
Which
Unleash.
That sounds badass.
Dude, the name's awesome. Did you see the logo? The uniforms?
Yeah.
Everything looks cool about them.
Yeah.
I like how they changed the rules though. Remember, because when Las Vegas came to the league, they basically they I don't remember how many different draft picks they ended up with, and they had their pick of the cream of the crop, and then all of a sudden they're like okay, we got to change these rules for these incoming teams.
because they went to the finals the very first year.
Yeah. So the Kraken
they won it too, right? They won it.
No, they didn't win. They lost.
They ended up losing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they lost,
Yeah.
but they went right to it. Yep.
Fuck.
Other than Seattle.
The Seattle Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They changed.
You're going to find a
the
defense
Thrashers.
of the Kraken Americans.
Well, basically, what I think. All right, so how Vegas did that was they got they had the expansion draft essentially.
It's what's
you
going
had
up,
unprotected. You had unprotected players,
Sex.
and they
You know what
unprotected
the
sex.
Greeks used to do to the Krakens? They wouldn't even let them in their cities. They used to shoot them with fucking arrows and treat them horrible.
Washington, yeah, well, it's when Ovi won this. The Las Vegas lost to the Capitals. That's when what's his name?
Oh,
Ovechkin.
finally won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Braden Holtby.
And then they fucking fired their coach.
Yep.
and then he won with this last year. Or no, not the year before. Or he almost won.
Yeah.
The last time I was kind of watching hockey, Washington, they had the guy with that looked like a Eskimo that had long hair. Simon, was that his name?
Simon Gagne?
No. Chris Simon?
Chris Simon.
That was his name, yeah. Yeah, he was like their enforcer guy.
Yeah, Thunderheart is what they call. I don't know.
Yeah,
they never called him that, but
The brother.
He looks like he I can't think of the guy's
old
name.
Firewater himself.
Firewater.
Oh, Chris Simon.
Chris, all right. I'm stop myself.
Didn't Chris Simon play on an Avalanche team?
I
Or
don't
am
know.
I thinking of someone else?
Nah.
There's Phil. He's writing Chris Simon.
Chris
Or
Simon.
The thing I remember about the Avalanche, they had their I call him west of the Rockies, Yzerman, Sakic. He was like the same guy.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
everybody liked him. Just he was like the same guy. He was just had a harder wrist shot. I remember he had a real good wrist shot.
Yeah.
So I knew some hockey.
They had that piece of shit Claude Lemieux.
Yeah, Claude
And that
Lemieux, I
piece of
hated.
shit Patrick Waugh.
Yeah.
Forsberg.
I like Forsberg.
Yeah, I like Forsberg
Adam
too.
Foote, which
They had a good fucking team.
They had
I just hated them because they were
cheated.
didn't
They cheated hard.
They got
Only
Ray,
the Red Wings were noble and good.
Yeah.
they got Ray Bork to finish his
Avalanche,
career there.
the non-Sakic Avalanche were all pieces of shit.
It's true.
Yeah.
They did. Yeah, you're right.
That's probably what Avalanche fans thought of Yzerman.
Ray
The
Bork.
non-Yzerman Red Wings are horrible people.
Ray Bork, he played for the Bruins for like 20 years or something, and then he came.
Yeah, his
he
final
went,
couple years was with the
yes,
Avalanche.
and he got himself his cup and got the fuck out.
He's like, I'm gone.
Yeah,
I remember Chelios played like in the NHL my whole life until like a few years ago.
It's
he,
true.
He played till he was 47.
Yeah, I was like I grew up. Chelios was playing, and then I started having chest pains.
Yeah,
And health problems by the time he
used to-
retired.
I used to work for that guy.
At Chelly's
Oh,
Chili.
did he? Good for Claude fucking Lemieux. Fuck that
Claude
fucking
Lemieux.
guy.
Oh, guess what?
Fuck him and his fucking ass.
Fuck the Avalanche.
Anyways, you know what? And I know he wasn't for some reason. Again, in my head, this is what I imagine. The coach of the Avalanche was what Mark Crawford, right? Was the coach? He had like the slick back hair and wore the suits, and I always think of him looking like the coach of the Iceland team from Mighty Ducks 2 in my head. I always imagine him like he's like the dentist or whatever.
Hey, thanks for the
Mark Crawford looked like a fucking SS officer.
Hey Phil, thanks for showing us. Thanks for showing us like his accomplishments. The only thing I could think of is when he cheap shotted Chris Draper, and then the next year got his ass fucking kicked for it.
Yeah.
Deservedly.
Yeah.
Deservedly. McCarty.
Look who doing my
Yeah,
first.
Darren McCarty.
Fuck yeah.
I remember when I met Dino Cicerelli, and I didn't meet him. I didn't even talk to him. I just didn't know who he was. He was standing right next to me.
He goes, I remember when I met Dino Cicerelli. I didn't meet him.
He was standing right next to me for like 20 minutes because I'm not a hockey guy.
Right.
And another reason it didn't dawn on me, it was him. I was like, who's this short guy with a scarred up face?
Yeah.
You know, I'm no giant person, but he's like short, like smaller than me. I'm like, dude, this dude's face is all cut up and shit. Is he a pro wrestler or something?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that to myself. And then, hey, man, was he pretty cool? I'm like, who? Like, Dino Cicerelli. Oh, that was him, wasn't it? Yeah. I didn't even know. He had a leather jacket on. It was and it was the night of the Brawl at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace.
I remember watching that from Teddy's Tavern.
Yeah. And
that's who I worked for, not Chelios. I worked for Cicerelli.
Yeah.
I'm smoking crack.
I can't even remember if I spoke to him. I just literally stood next to him for 20 minutes, and it was just me and him.
You worked at Cicerelli's?
Yeah, I worked at Club 22 when it was Club 22.
Did you work in the back where they had the players, the people that didn't pay?
No.
Italians always have a player guy, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You were the enforcer.
No,
did you do any
I
player?
worked the floor and watched A-Raps fight all day. And do cocaine.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, only we can say stuff.
Political correct here, man.
Yeah. No, you watched Arabs fight. Was it Chaldean versus Muslim?
Well, I mean, they were Arab. Yeah, not too many Chaldeans there. Oh, I guess technically they were Chaldeans because they were getting all fucking drunk, right?
Yeah. Unless they were breaking the rules.
Arabs. No.
Unless they were breaking Sharia law.
Muslim, not to be drinking.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. There is a lot of bars in Dearborn, and they're not empty. I'll tell you that.
No.
So somebody's lying about their beliefs.
Well, really, like if you, I mean, the populations of Arabs are as big, but it's not like, I mean, there's still a lot of other people that live in Dearborn. I mean, actually, I was just there today.
Yeah,
were you?
Yeah, we were like just driving all over, and Neil started taking like West Warren. And I'm like, he goes, well, where does this go? I go, to the west side.
The west side.
I go, we just passed all that, and I go, now we're in Dearborn. He goes, oh, all right.
Yeah. You should. Hey guys, I'm lost. I got this cash. Need a deposit in a bank.
I can't believe how much work's been done throughout Detroit. I mean, like in the neighborhoods already. Like where you can see where they're tearing down all the houses and building new ones. It's insane.
Are they gonna do urban farming?
They've had like
why
urban,
not? You got the space.
They've had urban farming for quite a while, but like there's so much land that didn't get touched for the houses were either tore down or they're just covered with like plantation or with like plant life plantation.
You can't say that word.
Plantation.
Like plant life.
Detroit is well known for its plantations,
like
as we know.
Like plant life. You know what I mean? Like
oh, you just made me think of something. You just completely
Jebediah Cashew owned a giant.
I completely forgot about this till just now.
Yes,
I was gonna say this earlier, but fuck Claude Lemieux. I fucking hate that motherfucker.
Oh yeah. By the way, fuck Claude Lemieux.
Fuck him and Chris Simon too.
Yeah.
And Mark Crawford can suck a dick.
Yeah.
And also Patrick Waugh was a really tall goalie, but I fucking hate him.
Yeah. What he said.
Joe Sacking and Forsberg are fine.
The famous slave owner Mortimer Gratiot.
Mortimer.
Like all the French. All right, yeah.
So anyway, like a lot of the land that hadn't been used in like 30, 40 years, like the overgrowth, like there's a lot of it that's like it's regenerated. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, nature's reclaiming its space.
I mean, the Earth is
well, they say
it's resilient.
Well, I watched that show. What would happen after humans?
Yeah.
And like 300 and like basically 300 years, the overgrowth will be on all the buildings and shit, and then they start collapsing.
Yeah.
And then in about 500 years, in most places, you won't even know there was ever a city there.
Well, like
True.
I remember, like there was something.
They find cities now.
There was something about like the Packard plant because it's like 70 years that it's been abandoned, pretty much. I mean, for the most part, been abandoned.
Yeah.
And they said that like probably in like if you left it alone for like 70 to 100 more years, a lot of it would probably just be like nothing left. It'd just be grown over.
Yeah, grown over with crackheads.
Yeah.
I like when they have those haunting buildings and stuff. Like, it's haunted. No one ever comes in here. There's like graffiti.
Yeah, right.
Well,
those were ghosts.
Well, Lucifer's not running off the fucking local gangs. I can tell you that.
Yeah, man. I mean, we were like,
This place is haunted.
We were driving around with. There's like this little area that Neil was looking for this little skate park that was made, basically right where you go into this little like overpass area where the old train tracks were, and there's like all these rails for skating, and then there's literally a small plane. It's all painted up.
Grinding the plane.
It's like there's no engines in it, but it's like a small like prop plane. It's just sitting on the street, and the street's completely blocked off. And then like around the corner, it's all graffitied, but these buildings are, but it's all part of a recycling center there.
Where's that at?
I'm trying to think of what's
in Detroit or in
it's in Detroit. Yeah, because that's where we started. We started in Detroit, made our way through downtown, and then.
Aaron, I remember you used to ghost hunt. Why'd you throw in your tachometer or whatever they call that thing, where you hang it up? Like I hang up. They hang up their tachometer. They hang up their boots and some other sport. What we got? I hung up my EMF reader or whatever.
I was gonna say, did you walk around going the EMF's off the charts here?
Yeah.
Well, if you look outside, there's like a shit ton of power lines.
Yeah.
We were actually really getting into it and actually starting to research different places to go and stuff. But,
and then you realized how super gay it was.
Yeah.
No.
Feel something warm in my pants right here.
Let him tell a story.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Where did you ghost hunt at, man?
Where we go, man? We went to Soup Cemetery. We're thinking about going to that closed down insane asylum. I want to say it was in like Novi or some shit like that.
Northville.
Or outside or I don't know.
There's one in Northville.
Yeah, Northville. Yeah.
Yeah, like they got all the underground tunnels that used to be able to party in.
Yep. So
I just didn't want to
you
mess
partied.
with that shit.
He hunted it.
Yeah.
Did you see anything at like the cemetery, at Soup Cemetery?
No. Morgan kind of had some shit go down that fucking scared Jeff, and I'm not gonna lie.
You did this shit with Morgan?
The shit out of me.
You did this?
Yeah,
it was him, Morgan, and Jeff.
Guthrie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
The dream team of ghosts.
Yeah, the dream team.
So basically, he went out.
Look over there. There's some ghosts.
He went out with.
I feel something warm right here in my pants.
He went out with Jordan and Bird.
Yeah,
went on both.
Jordan and the Bird.
Yeah, it was amazing. Cadillac Memorial Gardens. I forgot. I think it was East or whatnot. I actually did see something that I couldn't explain. But
Cadillac, isn't that
Aaron? That's not how you ghost hunt.
Isn't that Clinton Township?
You don't
That's
say
where most of our families buried.
Yeah, it's most of our families buried there. It ain't haunted.
You don't say. I don't know what I saw. You say I have proof. I know for a fact I saw a ghost. That's how it goes.
I saw something I can't explain.
Yeah.
Or you gonna say, look, I got all the research. It's up to you to look into it.
Here's
too.
my thing.
Here's the information.
Here's my thing. From all my ghost experience, the ghosts don't hang out in the cemetery. That's where you just go burn the bones.
Yeah.
Yes, and salt.
The ghosts the souls always stay wherever they died.
I saw a shadow man. I know that for a fact.
I saw my shadow.
Yeah. But I saw a shadow person twice.
Yeah,
and I didn't know it was a thing. But it's if you ever saw the tall guy, it looks like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
it's a shadow person.
Shadow person.
I look online. There's a whole movement of people that have saw it. Like, I was scared for like a week, but I didn't turn it into a life hunt.
I freaked the shit out of myself one night. I was like kind of high, I think, but like I saw like two shadows of me. Like I saw my shadow, and then there was like another one behind it, and I flipped out, man. I turned, but it was both my shadows.
Just from different sources.
Yeah,
of
it was
light.
like different sources of light, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I thought somebody gained on me, like was like right behind me.
Yeah,
and I was like, I gotta not be high.
Yeah,
I've done that before in my current house because some of the doors are like they're solid wood, but they're polished, so they're really shiny.
That would
and like I'll walk up and like it'll be my just reflection. I can't make out it's me, but it's still like the reflection of your body.
Yeah,
as you walk up in like the nighttime, and I'll walk up to be like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
I realize it's just my fat ass.
See, you got to bring that stuff back. You guys got to go on more ghost hunts, or you got to do them on your. On
I just
your own.
don't. I just don't know that
Who
you're
fell
gonna,
at the cemetery? Wasn't
Who
somebody?
what? That was Morgan. Morgan said,
surprising.
which I mean he truly did, and there was nothing that could have fucking scratched him. So I don't know if he fucking did it. So,
But then you say, "Don't leave me, guys."
And you left him.
That was Jeff when he fell, but Morgan fell too, and Morgan actually had a gash. Like
Bash that
he said, his face was burning, but he
was a
was
ghost
cut
that
on
did
his
it.
face, and it was supposedly there was a witch that was burned or whatnot and buried there or some shit over at Soup Cemetery. So they had a lot more going on, and there was actually real ghost hunters, paranormal hunters there that had
the big league
all
guys
bells
there.
and
The Michigan
whistles.
Ghost Hunters.
So wait, when you say real ghost hunters,
People actually do it for a living.
like
Well,
people who like have a TV show. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I
Or
would
they had-
say
they had
people
all-
that actually invest money into
They have all
good
the.
equipment and a website and things like that.
Did they have a? I was sure it wasn't a porn team.
Well, I
Dude,
mean,
that'd
if
be
it
a
was
good
a
porn.
porn team, I would have loved to join in. You know, that was always one of my
What about the ghost
lifelong
faces?
dreams.
Yeah.
the Ghost Facers.
Ghost facers.
No, that's what it was. That'd be an awesome premise for porn. Be like, pretend like you're filming like some paranormal thing, and use those cameras, but it's actually porn.
Yeah, that'd be
People
great.
fucking ghosts.
And then the ghost picks up the camera, and the camera's floating around you, and he gets all the good shots.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
If you
I'd watch
This ghost is hot.
yeah. Okay.
Fucking spirits.
Okay, babe.
She's sucking me off. I can't believe it.
Okay, sweetheart, you can get a blowjob from a ghost. It's not cheating.
Yeah, hey, they're dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Getting cuckolded.
If you fuck my husband, you're dead.
by a ghost. Cuckold.
Yeah, ghost
Cuckold.
ghost cucks.
Let me write that tag down. Ghost cuckold.
Ghost cuckold.
Ghost cucks.
Ghost cucks.
Gonna be
Ghost
good.
cucks.
I can't compare to a ghost.
Fucking-
Oh, he's fucking my wife.
I can't.
Cuckold in a ghost.
You just sit there in the
Paranormal
corner.
spit roast.
Yeah.
Spit roasting with the dead.
Paranormal porno.
You seen your wife
Yeah,
getting
I'd
spit
watch
roasted
that shit,
by
but I'm a pervert.
My spirits. She just,
yeah.
that's so stupid.
Spits. Ghost cuckolding.
That's so.
Tesla and Addison are spit roasting my
I
wife.
would let that happen. I'll be like, all right, you guys are geniuses. I'll let it go.
Hitler and Stalin are banging my wife.
But they're arguing over the body of her. Like, no. They're arguing, so it's gotta be authentic.
And somehow they're speaking American, so I know what they're saying.
No, well, ghosts speak in international.
Oh.
They're easily translated.
It's a telepathy.
It's a telepathy thing, man.
Okay.
Whatever your mind conceives, it makes sense.
I mean, have they done another a legitimate one? Have they? You know, they do the gray aliens always sexually assault people.
Yeah,
Have they ever
anal
done a
probes,
gray
yeah.
alien fucking porn?
I'm sure they have.
It's got to have been done, right?
Sure it has.
Probably.
But a gray alien, but it's like a man in the. Like,
pretty much right now, my brother here is going to look it up and see if there's alien
They
porn
have to.
anywhere.
But I mean, if they've done Ninja Turtle porn, they have to have done
gray alien experimental porn.
Yeah.
Where you get pulled onto the ship by the beam.
Yeah.
And then they start fucking
Yep.
kind of thing.
No.
I know exactly what you mean.
Then you're like you're an unlucky guy and you get pulled up by the gay ship, pull you up there, just fucking plow you all night long.
Yeah,
That
there's been some
sounds,
gray alien porn.
pleasurable.
They're from the red light district of Andromeda. Just fucking spread you out.
Yeah, definitely some alien porn.
That would be
Blonde
scary,
girl raped by alien.
Blonde girl raped by alien.
Yeah.
The alien sex invasion has begun.
Aliens.
Alien
porn.
tentacle bukkake.
Well, that I know that stuff exists.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm talking about specific because the whole thing is people always claim when they get abducted is they get molested too.
Yeah,
It's part
always.
of the whole thing.
Well, I mean,
It's part of the whole get
It's
up.
the experience.
well, I mean,
Anal probe.
think about it. You're an alien. You don't know what's going on. I mean, you don't
Yeah.
know like what part's inappropriate to touch. You're just like, ooh, what
It's
is
true.
this? You know, what's this? Why does it feel like this? Why is it all squishy?
Yeah.
You know?
But what if even though they're aliens and they're ugly, what if they have the perfect alien pussy that can milk your cock better than any human could?
Yeah.
You know, even though they're not as attractive.
I think we lost most of our audience.
I've slept with many of unattractive.
I'm gonna go all out right here, and I'm gonna say if an alien abducts me, I'm fucking that alien.
Yeah.
Gonna
I don't
bottom
care.
out.
Yep. I'm
Balls
fucking.
deep.
Yep.
So but you think about if they're into that, because we're like a lesser species than them. That's like bestiality. Their people are like.
Yeah.
So back home, they're getting the videos of these sick fucks are fucking humans. Sick. You know,
True. It's a good point.
And they send each other GIF files of oh god.
Or maybe it's like maybe it's like a delicacy, to watch like
exotic.
Exotic.
Fetish.
Yeah, it's a big time fetish porn, is their species doing us.
Yeah, never know.
I'd say we'd be bestiality to them. I really think it.
You're probably true.
If I'm a betting man, we're like dark web.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah. Narlock of Andromeda bangs 2 human chicks. Disgusting.
Gross.
That's the headline. Then you click it. Oh god.
They're doing cattle.
Yeah. Yeah. Cattle decapitation. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, now that I've ruined every relationship I ever had, so
it's been an interesting one already.
Sports, all right.
Hey,
I don't got no more sports
Detroit
stuff.
Red Wings, man.
But we do have something else. Minks, zombie minks.
That's kind of the same thing,
Yeah. Have you heard about the zombie minks, Aaron?
No. What's that?
So I guess in Denmark, these minks got COVID, and they were giving it to the humans that were like tending to them. So they killed them and mass graved them.
Yes.
So it wouldn't spread anymore. They killed all the minks and mass graved them. Well, the gases in them and stuff were making them like protrude back through the ground.
They didn't bury him deep enough.
They didn't bury him deep. So it was a zombie uprising of minks with COVID.
Yeah. And also they buried them way too close to the water source. So all that phosphorus, all the chemicals and gases and stuff from their bodies could potentially leak into the water source for the local villages and stuff.
One of the dumbest comments I seen on it was some lady was like, "Oh, they had to kill all the minks." Well, lady, do you know why they're in that fucking mink farm?
Yeah, because they're going to be pelted.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna. It was gonna end that way no matter what.
Yeah,
pelted like with a dodgeball.
Yeah.
I want a COVID mink fur coat.
I told you like when the first house we lived in Utah, the guy that lived across the street from me, his family owned a mink farm.
Oh yeah.
And he would have to go, like, I would see him like coming home late at night, and he worked days at my shop. He worked at Williams with me. Mm-hmm. And then he would go up there afterward. And I'm like, hey man, I haven't seen you much, and because I used to drink beer with him, and he's like, oh, it's pelting season. And I'm like, what's that? He goes, oh, my parents own a mink farm.
I know what pelting is. I played
And
Skyrim.
I'm like, oh. I go, I bet you get a lot of PETA people there. He goes, oh yeah, you have no idea.
Wow.
He's like, yeah. He goes, my family owns a huge. I'm like, oh.
You figure this time they'd be like, all right, guys, you win. We're not going to kill these animals. We're going to give them the COVID ones. You guys can have them.
Here you go, PETA.
We've seen the error of our ways.
Yeah.
So you can take.
You've convinced us. Here, take them.
Take those back to where all you guys hang out. Make sure we're all in one place.
Yeah, go back to your PETA farm. And
living in your yurts, because
living in your yurts.
Fucking hippies.
That would be perfect sabotage for a division of PETA.
They don't like that petroleum oil or whatever the fuck they call it. They don't like that. Don't put that on them.
Buck scent.
Yeah.
That's what Jay always called it, man. He goes, you fucking hippies wearing that buck scent.
Oh, it's so bad. I hate patchouli.
Yeah, because Johnny used to bathe in the shit. He would dump like drops of oil, the patchouli oil, in the bathtub, and
oh god, that stuff stunk.
Then he wouldn't shower for like a week. He just smelled like patchouli.
Fucking terrible.
Jay'd be like, you get fucking hippies with your fucking buck scent.
That stuff is the worst smelling shit.
I hate it.
Just the whole. Oh god.
God, I hate it.
Pretty horrible.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it was the 90s, man.
Yeah.
You
That's the way it
know,
was.
we liked grunge. We like being grungy.
Guess so.
Being crunchy.
4 or 5 days without a shower, just put some cologne on. And
Now, Aaron, before I end the call with you, do you think you can come out here one day in the next ever?
Yeah, normally I get the kids, you know, Saturday after work and Sunday before I go to work. But I mean, sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Well, that's
so you get to see them every weekend?
I get my kids Saturday and Sunday. I get them Tuesday after work.
Oh, okay,
Wednesday,
that's cool. So
that's good, man.
Okay, so you guys are like doing like total joint custody. That's cool, like splitting it up.
Oh yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, we got. It was initially as far as the custody on paper went, even though we had splits like that. It was like she was the sole like decision maker, and I'm like, no. I was like, no, that's not happening. And she was like, well, my lawyer said it just means this, and I was like, well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, I was like, no, it's going to be split.
Yeah. I mean, we've already. I mean, I don't know much about her, but I've already determined that she's a bowl full of crazy. So you can't have her being the only decision maker, right? I mean, that's just not logical.
So. Yeah, no, she has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
That, I'm glad.
A woman with issues? What? No.
It came at a bad price, you know, for me. But oh well.
Aaron married Livingston County Amber Heard.
A woman with issues? No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man.
Fuck this.
You brought up
place is so fucking corrupt.
Amber Heard.
Oh, the Cobain.
You got to fucking got to sleep in chainmail to protect yourself.
So like Phil coming up with the Cobaining. Yeah, I want that in the dictionary. I've decided that needs to go in the fucking dictionary.
I like when he said brush your teeth with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Mike though Coconut still had the best one. He goes yeah. So he was talking about someone he knew. He's like, I knew this guy that started his shotgun.
Yep.
I was like,
oh, dude.
I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Those are the worst ones too.
Dude, I
don't videos I used to watch.
Yeah. Oh god. The ones are it's bad.
Yeah.
They are bad.
What, like the aftermath of like a...
Especially, remember
watching the whole video and just watch it, you know, kind of play out. And yeah, the aftermath sucks, but just watching that initial blast is pretty rough. Dude.
Oh, I've never. I don't think I would. Yeah, I'm not.
The Bud Dwyer was a 357, so it wasn't. You didn't have the. This will hurt no one. And he just hurts himself today.
Yeah, I don't know that I could watch it that ever.
You know, we talked about this before. I don't have the lust for gore anymore. It really bothers me. Because when you're like young and you don't think that you're going to die ever, now that I know that I'm one temper tantrum from a heart attack, I'm
right.
One bad afternoon from a fucking stroke. I'm a little more kind-hearted, a little more relaxed. You know. I agree. I don't like watching that shit either. Yeah, people.
I can't.
Like the only one that got me to laugh really hard, and I feel bad about it, but I couldn't stop laughing, was the guy with the freaking vitamin D deficiency, the backyard wrestler. He snapped
his legs.
Oh, yeah. That's you played that for me.
Yeah. That one. Craig sent me that one, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
For some reason, his legs looked fake. And so did his hair. Like he turned into like a cartoon character. His whole body, his hair whipped out.
Yeah, you showed me that one. That was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, dude, that's like it's like, dude, they solved that. You know, back in the pirate days. You know, like eat some limes or something.
Yeah, no more scurvy.
No more scurvy.
That's why they call them limeys, because they conquered the world by fucking eating limes, and they didn't know why it kept them alive. They just knew if they ate limes, they could conquer more. So
you got to get Aaron out here.
Yeah, Aaron, you got to
I
can come out here.
I get some Saturdays free. Like, I mean, it's rare, but I do get it sometimes.
Well, if
like
you can.
She's taking the kids over. Yeah.
Or
it'd be fun to see you guys, man.
Or we'll just call you for a half hour, and just see what you're doing.
See what's up.
Yep.
We can do that.
No, I like to get out there, man. It'd be good to.
Your audio is like really perfectly clear, so it'll sounds fine. Do it
Clear.
like this.
Oh wow.
We're here. We're clear.
You guys got that caster, right?
Yeah.
Caster of Rhodes.
Roadcaster Pro.
Yes.
Can't sing its praises enough. The Simon Machine.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, that would be fun, man. That would be fun. And a lot more calm now.
Okay, you can hang up on him now.
All right, Aaron, I'll see you, man.
We've used him up.
Jesus in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, man. Hey, well, you got.
I found Jesus in the click. Dial tone.
Y'all have a good night now, y'all.
Whatever helps.
All right, guys.
I'll see you.
All right, brother.
All right.
See you.
All right, bye, guys.
All
right. Evil E. And
I just realized looking at our notes that it's besides one thing, it's pretty much like, well, we're just gonna talk about video games, aren't we?
Yeah. Then other than that, there's like a Christmas music thingy.
Well, I disagree. So one of the show notes that Mike sent me earlier was we can now grant permission to people to play Christmas music. Mm-hmm. I'm not granting shit.
I'm not either.
You can put up your decorations and shit, but I don't. Christmas music, no. It's the 12 days of Christmas, motherfucker.
Yeah.
December 12th, midnight.
That's
going into the 13th. You can start with that shit.
I think it's after Thanksgiving.
No.
And it needs to immediately stop.
Don't you know what you're doing to the world?
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, Mike. Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey's to me is not even one of the bad ones.
Oh, that song's
it's bad, but to me there's some that are really worse.
And
it's one of those things where rich people get together and ask for money. Band-Aid.
Yeah. Band-Aid, Live Aid.
Bunch of multi-millionaires. Feed the world.
Oh.
Like you all can feed them.
They know it's Christmas.
Yeah, you're not guilt tripping me, Sting.
Yeah, way to go, Sting.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man. You feed them.
No, they did some research. They did the stats and everything.
Bono and all those.
And the Mariah Carey song worldwide gets played at Christmas time 182 billion times a year. That's
Jesus.
Fact.
Fact?
No, I made that number up. But
it's a lot.
If you listen to we lost one of our Christmas channels because they switched to alternative radio last week.
Yes.
But God, man, you can't play that song every 4 hours. Fuck you. That's so stupid.
4 hours to me would be a light rotation. I've thought it seems to me like if I had it on or you were in a store, it seemed like it would be like once an hour.
Yeah. Well, no, you're not wrong. I mean, it just
seems that way. I'm not saying it's that way. It's what it seems.
Yeah, it could be. I honestly don't know. It's whatever it is. It's like
it's too much.
Fuckers. Yeah. It's not just a Mariah Carey song. That just seems to be the one that I cannot take anymore. That song.
Yeah. I never.
Listen. I can listen to Bruce Springsteen every once in a while. Doing the
you mean
Santa Claus is coming to town?
That ain't so bad.
Like once every couple of days.
Yeah.
Mama got ran over by a reindeer is always funny.
Yeah, it's true. It's good.
Not funny like where you're laughing, but it's like it's always a good nostalgic thing.
Yeah. The Grinch, you know.
You're a rotten one.
Maybe it's cold outside.
Mr. Grinch.
Yeah.
The Date Rape song.
Ball gag in your throat.
I was gonna say, fucking the I'm gonna rape you for Christmas song.
Yeah.
You're not leaving.
It's a fun song.
Baby, it's cold outside.
You ain't leaving this house, bitch. Baby, it's cold
I really
outside.
gotta go, bitch. You ain't going nowhere.
You're staying with me.
A drug, your drink.
Your eggnog tastes like medicine.
You've got roofied as fuck.
Yeah.
What's the other one I was gonna say?
Oh yeah, just wait till those kick in.
Yeah, all the tagging I did was on the video game shit, but I don't care if we talk about it once.
No. I just wanted to bring up the Christmas music real quick because now it's all video games all the time.
No, we don't have to talk about it at all. I don't care.
No,
I don't.
But we do have console shortages.
We do.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is you can't get a fucking console.
You see that I wasn't going to get one. I had no interest.
No.
I'm like, I'm going to wait.
Same thing.
Then I became like a child.
Yeah.
When I realized that I can't get one, now I want one.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you were talking about the potential of it, being in another possible lockdown.
Yeah, the lockdown's going to make it worse. And they're thinking now that you're not these shortages that they're currently having are going to, and difficulty getting one is going to go all the way till spring.
Yeah. That's what I had heard.
So so really what that means is more like June.
Probably.
And I didn't really want it, but my worst fear is that Flight Simulator is going to come out. I'm really worried about that. And if I don't get
Flight Simulator again.
If I can't get Flight Simulator, I'm going to be in the flesh, and I will not be in the spirit. I will be in the flesh.
There's
absolutely.
still a certain close friend of yours who still has a certain extra one, right?
No, he sold it.
That son of a bitch sold it on you.
Yeah, and he marked it up too, you dirtbag.
Yeah,
but how much did he mark it up to?
I don't want to say.
But did he mark it up to where like it was worth it for him to get rid of it?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, now to be fair to him, as much as me and Frank butt heads, he offered to me.
Oh, he did.
He did offer it to me early on.
Okay.
Now he said, "Hey, it's probably gonna be hard to find one of this." And I'm like, don't worry about it, whatever.
Right.
And then he sold it to a guy for a good upsell.
Yeah.
Good.
And
capitalism.
But he only did one. To me, that's not a problem.
Right.
The problem is, and I talked about it on the video I made.
Yeah.
Is you're competing against bots, guys that have bot programs that go around finding them. And so they found one guy that bought like dozens.
Yeah.
For himself, dozens. Then these bots, one guy, he didn't pick up all the consoles, but his bots procured him 3,500.
What?
3,500. Now he didn't get them all, obviously.
Yeah.
But he procured that many.
Oh wow!
Son of a bitch.
So and then they're scalping and they're selling it. So they're getting, like I said, I don't care if someone gets one, I make a few $100 or whatever.
Right.
But they're getting dozens and just usurping all the, and people like want just one. You know?
Like I guess if like I got my hands on two of them,
think about the starving kids that need an Xbox Series X.
If I got my hands on two of them and I could turn around and sell one for close to double of it.
But they're going for $500 a piece,
right? And if I could turn around and sell one for like $800, and then it pays for
they're
most
900
of mine.
900 to 1,200 is the going rate.
See, then then I'm paying for mine. I'm getting mine free.
The thing is
that's just good business.
But I'm not telling you just because it makes it makes it more difficult. Just for your own mental shit, people out there of the world that are not listening, do not buy one of these things for $1,000 because the point's going to come. It might be 6 months, it might be a year, but it'll probably be $300 for one of them.
Yeah,
because they're going to, or they're going to be $500 with an awesome bundle that's way better than anything that's available right now.
All right,
multiple controllers. It'll get to that point. Everything's going to level off. The pandemic, the political situation, everything will level off, and you'll be fucking. They won't be able to get rid of those things.
Right.
They won't. That's what'll happen.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the next question I have. Do these come with warranties?
You have to pay separate.
Yeah. Warranties.
You can. I think they get a.
But like if I buy one for $1,000 off somebody.
No.
You don't get any kind of warranty.
Aftermarket at that point.
See, that's the thing too. People are pissed off. Like, can I at least get the original receipt if something goes wrong? And in most cases, no, you do not get the receipt.
No.
And some of them are having problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
some of them are fucked up. PS5 and the Series X.
Yeah.
So, here I told you guys about this resource I went to, the Killer Cam 1020.
Killer Cam, yeah.
He's still going right now, and this kid has this bot thing going. I hate smart kids, but he's got this bot thing going, and it finds the shit, so you can beat the scalper potentially.
Yeah.
And he's helping you out.
I saw that. Yeah.
And
Oh, okay.
And I was on his page, and the Series S became available on the Lenovo site. I had it bought. I had it in my cart. I could have the $300 one.
Right.
I backed out. I was like, you know what? I don't want this one.
No, you want the $500.
I want the $500 one, and but even the Series S, you can't get these things. I had one in my cart. My PayPal information was all there, and I'm like, I canceled it. I'm like, I'm not taking what I don't want.
Right.
Some other
just so you can have the newest.
Yeah. I'm like, this
and
is
it's
stupid.
not what you want.
Yeah, it's not as good.
Yeah.
No, I don't want it. It'd be
no.
It's a great one. I mean, one day I want it to be my second console.
Yeah.
Or I recommended it to you to get started.
Right,
If you ever get started, that's the one to get.
Right.
But I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. So I didn't do it.
Good for you.
And the rest of you fuckers that don't. Then I had one guy. He's like, he had a Series X. Hey, I got a Series. He's in that chat. He's like, I got a Series X. He bought it just so he could trade the for a PS5 straight up. I understand that. Like, okay, I got this, and maybe someone with, so he can get what he wants or whatever.
Yeah, maybe somebody.
But that's an even trade,
same.
so I guess I can kind of see it because he's not
making
money. He's like, I have this one. Do you have the other? And we trade.
Yeah, maybe somebody couldn't get their hands on that Series X, and they wanted it.
Yeah.
But they got their hands on a PS5.
But
then they're willing to trade. I mean,
the more difficult one to get is the PS5, and a bunch of them dropped here locally at Meijer.
Really?
oh, shit.
Meijer had a bunch of them.
Huh.
But people around the country were bitching like, I don't live in Michigan. I don't live. I'm like, I don't. But see, you think I don't want a PS5. I want the Series X.
Yeah, but if you can use the PS5 to procure
I could have done
Series
that.
X.
Yeah. Equal value.
yeah.
Or I could have played Demon Souls for a week and then sold it. I do like Demon Souls.
That's true. You do like Demon Souls.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, it's like I don't hate scalpers, but I do want them burned alive.
Yeah,
because I don't hate.
that's not hate.
That's not hate. That's not hate.
I want them hung upside down and drained of their blood.
Yeah.
Like a deer.
And
field dressed.
As far as the PS5 goes, though, as of right now, it's outperforming the Series X, right? In terms of sales?
In terms of sales and certain games because of optimization.
Yeah.
So they create the PS5 is the bigger market. Sony has the bigger chunk of the gaming sphere.
Yes, absolutely.
So they're going to really make sure they optimize shit for the PS5, and then even though the Series X is more powerful, they probably just kind of give them a basic blueprint. And here you go. Here's your version.
I know both the new consoles both run off a solid state, but it's an M.2 solid state. Like a lot of your new PCs or like your Mac has. It's an M.2.
Yeah.
For space saving. But the difference was, whereas Microsoft went with basically an off-the-shelf M.2, PlayStation went with their own customized, different, they made their own M.2 basically. That was custom to their console. So whereas Microsoft has more power and still a very good a solid state, like you said, the optimization works better because they do have their own customized M.2 in the PS5.
Yep.
So,
but they still, but
they're using it basically as the benchmark when they're programming the games now.
Yep. Now the thing is there are certain games where the Series X outperforms, and then once the exclusives, the Xbox exclusives come out for it, it'll be out. It is still graphically more powerful, even with the SSDs, but you're not going to really notice the difference.
What's a M.2?
It's just so you have regular hard drives in computers.
Yep,
I know most computers have. You got solid state drive, which makes your booting up a lot quicker.
Okay,
stuff like that. So it's basically if you start up your computer, it's 10 seconds and it started up. M.2s were originally solid states made for laptops.
Okay.
Because they need more space.
Yep.
We're like, well, these were good because you always want to save space in your PC also.
Right.
So that's all it is. It's just basically, it looks like a little stick of RAM, but it's actually your hard drive.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
And another issue with these systems is very, very shitty amount of storage. Even though they're great, SSD drives, not a lot of room. The games fill fill up.
Oh,
the
yeah.
games take up a lot of
Take up a ton of space.
Aren't both consoles? You get 1 terabyte,
1 terabyte, and then the
which sounds like a lot, but really it's not.
It's probably
probably
about
not for
20 games, maybe.
Not when you got games like Assassin. What's his
Valhalla.
Valhalla. Well, it's 100 gigabytes right off the bat. It's over 100 gigabytes.
Yep.
And that's 10% of your hard drive right there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, it's
So like, if you wanted a lot of, would you have to get like a?
if you but the thing is, you can't just upgrade it with a external hard drive like you could before.
Oh, okay.
You got to get a
That's what I was
specific
gonna
one
ask.
that so it runs just as fast, and they're not cheap.
No.
It's $200, I think, for 1 terabyte.
Yeah, whereas if you were going to go buy just 1 terabyte and put it into your computer, $60, $70 right now.
Right.
And now you can hook up. You can load your games all onto an external hard drive, like people that got like a 4 terabyte one.
Yeah.
But you have to take it from that and then load it to the
Yeah.
But it's still better to do that if you have an external hard drive. Keep it. Don't get rid of it, because to put a game that you download onto it to your console is like 10 minutes versus however long it takes to download.
Yeah.
So to transfer it to the SSD drive is much quicker than downloading it.
Okay.
Whereas ones that are custom, not custom, but the $200 ones we were talking about that you buy, you're basically running as a secondary hard drive on your thing, so you're not copying it over. You can run it direct from that secondary solid state.
Oh, okay.
The $200 one. So, like, I have 8 terabytes at home, but I have a lot of movies and shit.
Yeah.
And that's not optimized for games. Even if I hooked it up, it'd be like load times would be insane. So it wouldn't work the same way.
Right.
Yeah, but again, it's I don't know, it's a first world problem.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know.
No, it's tough all over.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Not enough terabytes to go around.
It's tough all over, man.
not enough terabytes, not enough consoles. So Killer Cam, I did the video giving him credit, and it's weird. All them guys are sitting in the chat. Some of them I would go away and come back hours later, and they're still in there, like hoping, like just saying on a prayer.
I missed work today.
Yeah. And I said, they go, well, if we miss this drop, we got Cyber Monday, boys. I'm like, guys, I'm going back to work fucking Monday. I'm not fucking doing this no more.
Yeah.
Like they had the funny thing is when he talks, that means shit's getting serious, because he just scrolls and runs his scripts and occasionally types something.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you hear the mic come on, you know it's about hey guys, let's guess what? It's like, go to Lenovo.com, and he tells you where to go. People run over there,
Holy crap.
and get the 5 or 6 that are available, and then everyone, oh man, I missed it.
This is that guy you were talking about?
Yeah, Killer Cam 1020.
Killer Cam 1020.
Killer Cam.
Yeah, and he I don't know, he's trying to help people, so it's cool.
No, that's awesome, actually.
I mean, sometimes nerds can do good.
Yeah.
They're not always evil.
Yeah.
Usually
but they are pretty much evil.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah, and he sounds like he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
He probably
like a
is.
young kid.
Yeah.
He probably is. Knows all this computer shit.
He's probably he's doing a good thing, but there's probably something evil behind it.
Well, some of the
because he's a nerd.
some of the code words and stuff he used that I didn't get. Like, and then another guy who obviously knew. He goes, "Oh, you're a programmer. You just outed yourself." He's like, "Oh, okay." I knew he had some job to do with computers.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, he's hacking. Not hacking. It's not hacking. It's
No.
running scripts and finding out where they're going to stop this dropping.
Perfectly legal.
Perfectly
100% perfectly legal.
Yes.
Then people are like posting their stories. Bitch, I got a friend that works at Best Buy. He grabbed 9 of them and just sold them.
Son
Like
of a
the
bitch.
Best Buy workers like not stealing, they're buying them, but
Yeah.
it's reselling. Massive
That's
problem.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. Where the hell? Come on. You work at Best Buy. Where the hell are you getting like $4,500 just out of nowhere to buy?
Yeah.
It ain't like they ain't paying that great over there.
I think you're getting fronted by a dope dealer.
Yeah, you got investors.
Like, seriously, like
Fucking MS-13 gives you a fucking loan.
Yes.
I could go like right now. I could go buy 9 of them, no problem. But I wouldn't have a lot of money left in my bank account afterward.
Well, until you sold them.
Yeah.
Then you have extra money.
Oh yeah, I know.
There you go. There you go. That's what we got to do.
I'm just gonna buy them and give them away. All 9 of them. Be like, here, Merry Christmas.
It's a good idea, actually. It's a very good idea.
It's a very good idea.
It's like, here you go, and then whoever you give it to will be like, I'm putting this thing on eBay. I'm gonna
Exactly.
Yeah, the eBay thing. I sold my Alienware on there. I actually made most of my money back. I had an Alienware. Laptop.
Yeah, the gaming laptop.
Yeah, and I didn't get all my money back, but I made a pretty decent amount off of it. So
yeah,
can't complain.
It's just like a car when you buy it. As soon as you buy it, loses value. It's the same thing with the Alienware.
Yeah, the juice ain't really worth a squeeze with a gaming laptop, like how a gaming piece, like a tower.
Yeah.
A gaming tower is nice, but because you can replace all the parts.
Yeah, laptop is only so much you can do.
But still, if you get a good one that's current, it was still kind of nice to just like take it in the fucking bedroom and play whatever. But now that you got a Nintendo Switch, that'll do that. So
that's true.
You don't really.
God, my family plays the shit out of that Switch.
Switch is an awesome console.
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd like it. I actually really liked it, but my nephew wanted it and I gave it to him. Then my sister usurped it.
Oh, did she?
Fucking Animal Crossing.
Of course. Fucking Animal Crossing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's you basically just
building animals crossing the road.
No, it ain't that. It's kind of like building your own place and then you're on an island.
I hate that stupid. I hate like freemium games too.
What the fuck was that? That wasn't a car. Something just ran right by the window, man.
Really, probably a person.
Yeah, it was really fast. But I was like, it wasn't a car. It scared the shit out of me.
It was a mountain lion.
Mountain lion. Probably a bear.
Dale, go kill him.
Dale looks pissed.
Go kill for me, Dale.
But Switch, is Ark Survival on Switch? No?
I don't know if it is or not. I know
look into that.
I'm playing it because it's on the Game Pass.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because you were playing it. I think Stones was playing it. I'm pretty sure there's one more person I know on my friends list who was all of a sudden just started playing it out of nowhere in the last couple of weeks.
I played it all day long, and it's not even that fun. But you just it's not like a great time, but it's just something like they suck you in somehow. And you're like, dude, I have got to gather all this root.
You've got to figure this out.
Yeah, and then you keep dying. Like, well, I'm only dying because I keep making this one little mistake, and I'm going to fix this mistake right now. And then you're trying to build up. Okay, I got to get a campfire going so I don't freeze to death. And I got to get, next thing you know, it's fucking 8.5 hours later. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, because some of the young guys I worked with 4 years ago, like, they were trying to get us to play. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to play a game. And now all of a sudden it's making a comeback now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Some people might not know what this game's about, though. You should explain what the game's about.
It's about survival.
It's about survival.
That's it.
On the Ark.
Yeah. Well, I thought it had some like overarching point.
Yeah. I
don't know. There might be. Like I said, it's my first couple weekend playing it, and I'm trying to not look at like tutorials, and I don't want to be told how to play it. I just want to survive.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and I don't know if there's missions yet. I don't know. I haven't discovered anything because I'm just trying to not die.
Gotcha.
Well, but you can
I didn't realize it was on Game Pass.
You can tame dinosaurs, and it's again, I don't know if I would recommend it or not. It's just something when you start playing, you just like it. But it's not like I wouldn't tell you like I don't know, like pick a game that's just fucking a shit ton of, I don't know, like Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
Like it's just fucking awesome, dude. It's like a cowboy sim. You're fucking like, I can't say that about Ark, but if you play it, you'll just keep playing.
It's more about you can't let it get better of you is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you got to figure this fucking thing out.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, I got to figure you're just constantly trying to stay alive and like, okay, if I go in the water, going in the water itself hydrates you so you don't die of thirst.
Yeah.
But there's megalodons and shit. Of course. In there. So like then there's dinosaurs everywhere.
Megalodons.
Yeah, I like how it's just teeming with life.
There's a lot of dinosaurs in the game. I knew that.
Yeah, you can tame them and get them. You can ride them or have them like gather resources for you.
Oh,
so it's basically like, I personally think someone like said, okay, Minecraft was super popular because of this, but we're gonna make like an adult Minecraft where you got to build this and there's dinosaurs and shit.
And you get to ride dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to ride a dinosaur?
Yeah, no kidding, man.
That's true.
Yeah, honestly, when you sent me the topics of discussion, I was like, it said I'm addicted to Ark Survival. I think I'm addicted to Ark Survival, and I thought it said Ark Surplus. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I was like, what the fuck's what's Ark Surplus?
That's not even open
I
anymore.
go, Ark Surplus is out of business, aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I was addicted to it back during the day, you know.
Yeah, well, when we were driving around, like that's when I got you sent me the thing about Patricia, and then and then you sent me the topics, and I'm like,
I think Oklahoma City may have put Ark Surplus out of business there.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I'm gonna go in there and get you can go there. I'm gonna get a canteen. I don't know why I need a canteen, but I'm getting one.
Isn't there?
I went in there to get a Halloween costume one time.
There's
there's
some place. There's one open. There's one that's like an Army Navy type place.
I want to get a grenade.
It's on 15 or it's on Gratiot.
At 15, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little place though. It's not like Ark Surplus was.
No, that was giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't it used to be like a fucking Chatham's or some shit?
Oh yeah,
It was a big place right there. The Gratiot split, man.
Yep.
It was huge.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Go there and buy
I remember never going in there because I have no idea.
Oh man,
get
I
some
went
mustard
in there.
gas, Dad.
I loved going in there.
I literally never went in there. I just drove by it a bunch of times. I've never been there.
Yeah, I went in there.
Yeah, Mount Clemens had every kind of strange thing, like a small town.
Yeah.
It's not like you got a surplus store, weird strip clubs.
Yeah.
And like everything like of a
Well,
rundown
they
town.
had like a big lot that was like cool as hell. Well, they had Odd Lot. It wasn't even Big Lot.
Yeah,
It was
Odd Lot. Yeah, I remember Odd Lot.
It was Odd Lot. It wasn't even Big Lot. It was Odd Lot, and they had like a lot of weird, different things that you wouldn't get in other stores. Yep. And that was right by our cousins.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Like
Yeah, you're right. They did. They had a lot of cool, weird.
off-brand Fruit Loops and shit.
They had a place that used
Fruit
to.
O's.
They were somehow more sugary.
There was a place just before you got to the newer county building, the fancy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be a bank, and they turned it into a club, and part of the club was inside.
State
and then they changed it to the vault,
Yeah, right.
and part of the club was inside the vault,
Vault.
And then they called it the bank, right?
the bank or the vault, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, it was called one of those two. I remember that. Yeah.
And I mean the sign's still there, but it hasn't been open in a few years. But yeah, you're right. Mount Clemens is fucking weird.
It was one of them strange. Well, it started out as like a hand job town.
Yeah,
Like all the fucking business people and everything they would get, because Mount Clemens was like, really the surrounding area was woods. It was for years.
they had all the mineral baths and
And they would
stuff.
go get a mineral bath and a handy.
Yep. And then the sanitarium,
Yeah.
whatever it is it's on part of the street. I can't remember what street the fuck it's on, but it's still there.
I mean, there.
Kellogg was very involved.
If you go past like downtown, like to the Hall Road, I mean, you know where Walmart and all that is. You know what was there originally. That was a racetrack back in the days.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then the Telstar Motel,
Yep, the Telstar.
managed by my grandmother.
Yep.
Yeah, at one point
There was a
They-
drive-in right out there too.
My grandma, my two uncles, they lived in the Telstar. Like it had a living quarters. It wasn't
Yeah.
a hotel room. It was like a
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
And they lived there for years.
Yeah, a lot of those places had you manage them, and then you have a place to live. Yeah,
And she has cool stories about Kiss and the Harlem Globetrotters staying out there.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing.
Probably lots of sex and
Now,
drugs.
actually, when she said when Kiss stayed out there, not Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley.
Mm-hmm.
He told her, he goes, "We like staying out here because it's just quiet and nobody bothers us out here."
because there was nothing out there.
Yeah, there was nothing
a
out there.
fucking country.
And it was a motel, like a little shitty motel.
Yeah.
Like nothing. You wouldn't think Kiss would stay.
No,
The media didn't even think to look there for them.
yeah, there was like 3 other corners at that road, and nothing was at any of those corners.
Yeah.
And all you had was it was just a 2-lane road, Rosso Highway.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like there was nothing to it.
Yep.
You know?
That's where you go to pick pumpkins. That was the country,
Yep.
motherfuckers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember our grandmother when we'd come out here and take her to the store, and then we'd go for a ride out in the country, and it was like the farthest we went was like freaking Utica, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the country. I was like, 10 years old, going, oh, I'm in the country. It wasn't,
Yeah, I remember
not anymore.
thinking if I get injured out here, I'm gonna have to get medevaced out. I'm fucking the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, there wasn't shit out there.
No,
There was nothing. I remember when they turned it into basically a fucking major freeway.
Yeah, it is.
From Mound over and all that. I remember when they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just now it was a lot of people. It was farmland.
It was.
Yep.
I remember there was even in north of Fraser, like 15 in Utica. Like I'd go out there and catch frogs.
Yep.
We'd go there and catch frogs and garter snakes. Now it's like you can catch it.
Well, I remember I was 17. I was living with my buddy Ron, and his mom worked at a print shop on Hall Road, and it was only 2 lanes at the time, and that was when they were expanding it. And when they first started to expand it, it was a nightmare because they had to build part of the road for you to drive on so they could rip up the rest of it, So trying to get around was like impossible out there.
I have to interrupt you guys. Remember I told you about that awesome fight between Jake Paul and Nate Robinson?
Yeah.
Yes.
On the undercard of the Tyson Jones fight?
Yes.
Guess who won?
Nate.
Fuck no. Jake Paul knocked him the fuck out.
Really?
Out
man.
cold, violently.
Yeah, he went and paid for some $1 million trainer to show him how to knock out people.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate the fucking
It was
Paul
and it was the third knockdown of the second round, and he knocked him the fuck out bad. Like he fell on his face. Hard.
Is that dude big?
He's bigger than Nate Robinson.
But you know what? He went and spent money on some big time trainer.
Well,
he did.
The Paul brothers, I don't like them, but they were state champion wrestlers.
They're athletic.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, shit.
So
I don't want to give them credit for being probably pretty tough, but
they suck.
Paul threw a lot of punches, but only landed 8, and of those 8, 4 resulted in knockdowns or a knockout.
So did Tyson already happen yet?
No, they're just doing introductions right now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's going to be a shit show too, because anybody gets cut, fight's done. And anything starts turning to headgear. Yeah, there's not going to be knockouts unless there's an accidental knockout. But they're like, no, there's not going to be knockouts. Like, how the fuck do you prevent? They're punching each other.
Oh, they're wearing headgear?
Yeah. It's a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And people are paying like $60 for this. All right, it might even be more. I don't even know. People are paying money for it.
It's for charity, right?
Sure.
Are they doing it for charity?
Yeah, the charity is Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Retirement Fund.
Oh, I thought they were doing...
it's supposed to be for charity, but they're getting paid a bunch of money from it too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're not doing it for free.
No.
But it probably will be for charity, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, after everybody gets paid.
So they're going to have a couple good exchanges. All right, stop.
Yeah,
everybody
because think about it. If somebody clips somebody and they hit them in the nose and they start bleeding, that's it. Fight's over.
Yeah, they're going to stop it right then and there.
Well, Tyson's
54.
And Roy Jones is about
51, 50?
I was going to say it was probably about
51, 50?
Yeah.
51, 50.
Van Halen.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the best of both worlds.
Van Hagar.
Van Hagar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna last too long, I don't think.
No. They'll end it. People start, like I said, when there's a couple good exchanges, and that'll be that. Unless they're really going to just do a spirited workout, give it a little bit of a show, whether like a worked shoot. That's maybe they could do that. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just.
Or wouldn't it be funny if Tyson just went in and started
just lost his mind again?
Fucking started hammering on him.
Yeah.
He'd have to catch him though. Roy Jones is fast.
Yeah.
Ish.
He's
fast.
Started playing.
Oh my God.
Just heard those few chords. You're like, all right.
Look at see if there's any updates yet. No, they're still doing the introductions.
No
you got at least 20 minutes left of introductions.
That'd be hilarious though. Tyson just comes out
the Bret Hart.
The
Bret Hart is Aladdin thing.
Oh my God,
so amazing.
I don't think Alan saw it, but
no, he's playing Aladdin.
He's playing the genie. He played the genie, and I think this is a few years old, but we'd never seen it before. I think
in a movie.
No, on stage.
He's a stage artist.
Well, I think it's only in Canada, where he's from. But it was.
Yeah.
If you can pull, can you pull up that audio, Mike?
Yeah,
because I know a lot. If you're Canadian, you could pretty much get into acting and Canadian stage theater.
Yeah,
you don't really have to know what you're doing.
So here's Bret.
That's Bret wearing the genie outfit.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yep. Oh yeah.
Is that for real? Wow.
Oh, it was fucking for real.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, it was a TV movie.
And you have
Aladdin, the magical family musical.
and you have audio of this.
There's no audio.
Oh
No,
I don't have any. There probably is, but
just
I don't have any.
pictures of him in his
hitman.
in his MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, it was really bad, and he does this really, really awkward wink in the video that we saw.
So here, let me try
Yeah.
let me do the scene here. So that this is in case the people want to see it on the video for some reason. So let me do the Bret Hart. There
That's
it is.
it.
So people can see Bret Hart as Aladdin.
Can people see that?
Yeah, they can see this. I have
Okay.
it routed to that.
I wasn't sure. Your TV went black. I can't see anything.
Oh yeah.
Monitor's dead, man.
Monitor's dead.
Your,
But they can see the
your TV just says Samsung on it.
Way to promote.
way to promote.
You get that Samsung money coming in.
Yeah. We're sponsored by Samsung.
I wish.
Oh.
The Koreans like us. We're really big in Seoul. If you would believe that.
You know we got soul. Mm-hmm. Oh. Man, I cannot
There
find that
you
video.
go.
I think it was. Oh no, Craig shared it. It was from somebody's Twitter page, but it was Bret Hart is like, "Come check it out with the whole family and Matt Aladdin, blah blah blah." And he does this wink, and he's like,
I shared it.
"Oh, you shared it. That's right.
Me.
It was you."
Greg usually finds the good stuff
On
but I found
Instagram?
And we shared it in the group chat, but it was from.
Oh.
I think it was from Twitter or Instagram.
Some a guy I follow named Bibble. He found it. He finds some of the best obscure pro wrestling shit there is. So that guy's quite amazing.
I made a GIF out of his face winking.
With the wink?
Yeah, see if I can find the right one. I made it a bunch of times.
I don't know where I've gone or where I've been. I'm the best there is.
It's such an awkward wink. He was talking shit about The Simpsons earlier too, Bret Hart.
Was he?
Yeah, because they had him on the show, and he played himself, and they had him doing those stupid glasses he wore down to the ring. And when he was on the show, he's like, "I don't think they knew how big of a star I was at that point," And they kind of, I don't think they knew what they had, and I was like, "It's a fucking Simpsons."
They didn't care.
They don't care. They wanted you for a joke.
Yes.
That dude is so full of himself.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing with the Montreal screw job and everything.
Yeah.
A big part of the reason that happened because he thought he could leave the company and somehow not lose.
Yeah.
First of all,
you can't take the title with you.
You can't fucking. He wanted to look. People always go on about how Vince did him wrong and all this. And look, I don't like Vince McMahon. He's pretty unethical. But in this case, you're leaving the company. You have to drop the strap.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it. He thought he could be a double DQ and they could leave. Are you fucking kidding?
You have to give up the title. It's not a transferable title. You can't be the WWE champion of WCW. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Lose. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you give up the title, dude. You drop it. And the dude just was a lot of different wrestlers talked about how he was so fucking full of himself in that regard.
Yeah.
And then
gosh.
Then his brother fell.
His brother fell on his face. Well,
that was bad.
Back. He died.
Yeah. So that's our pro wrestling.
That's our pro wrestling.
Well, Bret Hart always seemed kind of like that anyway, though.
He did. He thought he just again the Simpsons thing. He just thought way more of himself than what he was.
Yeah.
He was a very good wrestler. He was very sound technically. He was.
So is he kind of like Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
Of wrestling.
That's a good. That is a good comparison.
Yeah.
Very difficult to be around. And
very difficult to listen to music that Steven Seagal made. You guys talked about it, and so I listened to a little bit. And,
Steven Seagal's band.
Oh God! Whoa! Is it
What
really?
He did blues, man.
It's just it's bluesish.
Steven
But
Seagal.
oh God, no! It's so bad.
We're gonna rock it out right now.
Yeah, I tried to rock a little bit about. I can't do it. especially like the one album they had like there's like I'm like, how did you make 5 videos for 5 songs on this album? I mean, did you think they were getting played somewhere?
It's not working.
No, it says some band that's fucking some faux fucking
Steven Seagulls.
Yeah.
Steven Seagulls are awesome.
Dust My Broom, right here.
Yeah.
Never heard this song. This kind of scales. Very original scales.
Yeah. Wait till he sings. Yeah, this is just him jamming then. Yeah. So ones I was listening to were like songs on an album they did.
I won't wake up in the morning, I will leave out just my broom.
Oh, this is an old song.
Does he sing?
Well, I'll wake
It's him
up
singing.
in the morning, I will leave out just my broom.
This is an old song.
I'm gonna quit the gal I'm loving while my friend.
ZZ Top does that.
Like, don't do that anymore.
I bust my broom.
Yeah, Dust My
Mountain.
Broom. ZZ Top does it, but I don't think it's originally by somebody else. Probably,
Lead Belly or something.
Yeah, someone old. Yeah, Willie Dixon. Something.
Never cared for blues. I know it's the foundation of everything, but it's always like we were doing it before any of you, and then you hear it, and it's like sound like it was recorded with a fucking.
Oh yeah, because they had nowhere to.
It sounds like shit.
They were recording it in like a fucking outhouse.
Yeah.
Friggin' outhouse with fucking 5 guys standing around.
This is the guy Elvis stole shit from. I'm like, no, not him.
And they wasn't it called like a coffee can mic or something? 'Cause
Yeah,
it was literally like a coffee can.
They would sing like it.
But it was like shaped like a coffee can and just like some wires connecting it.
Yeah.
It was literally like a coffee can. That's what they sang into.
On the shoebox guitar.
There's literally no bass whatsoever in it. It's all just like treble.
Yeah, it sounds like AM radio when you're out of range.
Yeah, on a transistor radio that you built yourself.
There's like.
I mean,
I like some of the old lore of it, like sold your soul to the devil and
Robert Johnson.
and,
Yeah, that shit's true.
He did. It's
Crossroads,
man. Crossroads Demon, man.
I saw it in Supernatural.
Yeah, it's really happened.
Yeah.
Steve Vai's
Dead at
devil.
27.
Steve Vai is the devil.
Yeah.
I made that comment on the because it's on YouTube. I'm like, so this is who decides the fate of blues is 2 white guys because it was Ralph Macchio and Steve Vai.
Steve Vai.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't get a brother to take up for the sanctity of blues.
Yeah, right.
Nope.
You gotta have the Karate Kid do it.
Yeah, of course. God, that fucker's so old.
Yeah, he's been around.
I think it was last week. I talked about how my family wanted to watch The Outsiders, and he's supposed to be like 15 in that fucking movie. He's 21 years old when he filmed it.
That's right.
Because he's what, 58?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how did he look 12 when he was 21? Did he not go through puberty until he's like 27 years old?
He looked like the youngest outsider.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it wasn't even close.
No.
Yeah, who probably was the youngest one?
Ponyboy was.
Ponyboy, okay.
Yeah.
So that was
He was 16 playing 14.
Well, like in the Cobra Kai, his daughter.
Yeah.
Like at first I was like, oh yeah, she's pretty hot, and then I'm like, oh, she's probably really young. Oh no, she's not. She's 24.
She's not. No,
yeah, she's 24. I can totally fantasize about her all I want.
Is it his
I
real
don't care
daughter?
that.
No.
But she plays his daughter in it, and she's cute, and I'm like.
And she does karate.
And she's in high school, but she ain't. She's 24.
Ain't really in high school.
She's 24. I can do whatever I want.
Fantasy away.
It's just,
let it go.
Man, I cannot get over the fact how young he looked, and he was really fucking old.
Yeah,
I don't know how he did it because it wasn't like they did makeup and stuff. It's just basically
even Michael J. Fox too when he was doing like Back to the Future, he was already.
Yeah, he was old as fuck.
Yeah, he was already in his 20s, right?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, and he's supposed to be a high school kid.
Well, him and Macho are the same age. I'm pretty sure, 58 years old.
Oh, okay. I thought that.
But same thing. You're right. When he did Back to the Future, he would have been like 24.
Yeah.
Whereas Macho was 24 when he did Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I have to look that up. Look at my information here.
Just like when they.
I know he's almost 60. Michael J. Fox. He's 58 or 59.
He's 59 now, so they're around the same age.
He's like the only big name actor, male actor from that era.
Well,
that wasn't in it.
The original Back to the
wasn't
Future
in The Outsiders.
Yeah,
That's
right.
True.
Everybody else was in it.
Original Back to the Future was 85, right?
Yeah, because 35th anniversary edition just came out.
Yeah, because the last one was 90, right?
Yeah,
because he was almost 30 years old
at
the time that came out.
89 and 90, because they filmed them back to back and then released them both.
Yeah,
basically 6 months apart.
Yeah, and he was. It was like 1990. He was almost 30 years old, still playing.
Same thing. Karate Kid 3. He was he was 28, almost 29 years
right.
old. So I just
the young punk,
just a young punk,
and with a plaque on his arteries because he's fucking so old. But the same age as Sensei.
I know you've watched all the Cobra Kais. I'm way behind,
every one of them. Oh, you didn't see the whole 2 seasons?
No, I'm way behind.
Oh crap, man! I watched them all in like no time. Yeah, you got to finish watching them because I was going to start talking about some shit and you can't.
Don't do it yet. Give me time. It hasn't been out that long. It's only been out for like 2 years. No.
The new ones are starting in January, man.
I know. But they also, I don't know if you guys saw this. They not rebooted. They brought back a new version of Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of funny.
Is it?
It actually kind of is because they kind of just make fun of the old stuff.
Because like Slater and
Jesse work at the school, and Zach's the governor.
Yeah, right.
And Zach he's like.
So everybody's in it, but Screech.
No, Mr. Belding's not in it.
Oh yeah.
But
Mr. Belding's
and
probably
Lisa
on
Turtle.
Oxygen.
Lisa's supposed. I haven't got that far, but I hear she's in
Supposedly she's in it
a couple times. Yeah,
but
even Ed Alonzo, the guy who ran the Max, is in it.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's kind of funny because they're just kind of making fun of the stuff they did back then. He's like we both want the same girl. You know what this means? Yeah. We got to have a prank war. Like, yeah. And they have a prank war against each other. And the one girl's like, what? And Zach's kid is named Mac.
Yeah.
Mac Morris.
Mac Morris.
Oh, my God.
Pretty bad. But he doesn't do the stop time. This new girl does. And she's the one, she's like, what the hell's going on in this school, basically? Because she was from an inner city school, and then Zach, being a terrible governor, caused all these schools to get shut down. And now these kids ended up at Bayside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Mac Morris.
Mac Morris.
It sounds like something that I would, if I was in a pinch, like, what are we going to call Zach's kid? Mac Morris.
There's only a couple options. There's Mac, there's Jack. That's about it.
Yeah.
So what are you going to pick?
Mac.
It's relatively funny though, because you know that they're poking fun at.
It's self-aware.
It's self-aware, very self-aware.
So like, are Slater and Jesse together?
No.
Oh.
Zach and Kelly are.
But so they don't. Oh, I thought they had like kids or some shit.
She has a kid, but she's married.
Last I checked, Kelly still looked good.
Guess what? Dude. I just watched the show, and I can confirm that she still looks good.
She does this. She does this other show too, like a food show or something.
Yeah, she does a food show.
Yeah, I saw her on it.
Yeah, but no, she still looks good. Zach's a terrible governor. They're like, why'd you cut so much from the school budget? He's like, I just looked at what the last guy did and just continued it. So he cut like $10 billion from the public school budget because that's what the last guy did, was cut money. And they're like, well, basically he's a terrible governor.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah. But he basically ran for governor because he was trying to get out of paying a $75 ticket, and he ended up winning. It was so stupid. But Mr. Belding's not in it, which I was like, oh, man, he should have Belding in it.
Yeah.
An episode called Saved by the Bell Ding.
Belding.
You know?
Yeah, that dude put on like 100 pounds in weight.
Yeah, he got really girthy.
I mean, I know the feeling. I'm just
yeah.
It's funny when it happens to other people.
Yeah, right. Right.
But as far as that kind of stuff goes, like you said, self-aware, I can appreciate something like that because, you know, they actually got the writing's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Okay,
making
well,
fun
I
of the
mean,
original show. Like
that's-
Cobra
that's
Kai's
good.
kind of poking fun of itself too. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I liked it. So
I like shows like that.
And it's on. Is it on Netflix or?
It's on the Peacock.
I don't know. Mom said they got the Peacock upstairs, but
Yeah, because if you are
I don't have the Peacock.
if you're an Xfinity customer, you get it for free because they're owned by the same company.
So I should be able to put it on my TV.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So just go in and go download.
Just do it, yeah.
Launch it.
Yeah, it's not a great show. It's still, but it's funny.
Yeah.
But that brings
But
me
I
to the
heard
next
there was
point.
some cool shit on the Peacock.
Well, I mean, they
I
have
just like
Psych.
saying the Peacock.
They got Psych and they got Law and Order.
The Peacock.
But that brought me to my next thing. So I've always been a fan of when they cast people in roles like of actual people, that they do such a bad job sometimes of casting these people. There's some good ones, like Jamie Foxx as Ray Charles was really good.
Yes.
And there's been occasions where it worked out very well.
Right.
But you guys know
Burt Lancaster as Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
There's been some great ones. Yeah.
Hey, they're both Native American. Or John Wayne as Genghis Khan, as we've talked
I'm
about.
the great
great.
Khan.
That's one of the best ones ever. But this one,
I am the great Khan.
okay. You guys know who Nelly is, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nelly, Hot in Here.
Yeah.
Ride with me.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, him.
So take off all your clothes.
He was just on Dancing with the Stars. He
Yes.
did really well on Dancing with the Stars. He
I
didn't win it.
heard. He didn't win it.
Did not win it,
But he
but
was
he
like
did
the
really
last four or something.
Yes. So he's trying to get into acting a little bit more and stuff.
Okay.
So they cast him to play, or they're casting him, and eventually he's going to play Chuck Berry.
Mm.
Have you ever seen Chuck Berry?
Yeah.
Rail thin.
Rail thin,
Yeah.
really dark, black man.
Darknesses.
He's very dark, very thick.
Yeah.
Nelly is very thick and very light skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Chris
How-
Rock, man.
how does this work?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock, New Jack City was immediately the first thing I said
Yeah. Yeah.
for Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
But Nelly, that doesn't make any sense.
No. No.
It makes
Chuck-
literally no sense.
Chuck Berry was a weird fucking guy,
Yeah.
man.
He'd like to fart on people.
Dude, that was my favorite though. My favorite was like some lady who's like his like personal assistant for wherever he was at, and he was like sitting on like one of the amps or something. And he just lifted his ass up and fucking ripped. And there's audio of it. And he's like, "You can just smell my fart, bitch," or something like that.
Yeah, but then it got to the point where it was a fetish and he was farting in chick's face.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got into it.
Keith Richards always looked up to him as many rock and roll people did.
yeah.
And said when he went to he goes, I went to his house to just meet him. You know, it's Chuck Berry. And I go in and he goes, and it was just hours of, this is back before VCR and stuff. This, 8mm reel-to-reel projector. Hours of just girls pillow fighting. Just hours. Not even sex, just like
Pillow
just
fighting.
pillow fighting.
I mean, okay, I guess.
I mean, there are worse things, but it's just strange.
Well,
And he said, and he goes, I was there for a couple hours, and it was just it kept going.
I'm going to see if I can find this video, but it was Chuck Berry. He's on stage with the John Lennon, and they're doing a song.
Who?
John Lennon. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's Sean's dad.
Sean's dad.
Sounds
Sean Lennon's
familiar.
Yeah, okay,
dad.
got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Julian's dad.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they're doing a song together, and it's a rockin' number, whatever. And Yoko Ono is on stage with them.
Oh, well. Yeah.
And then John's like, basically like, hey, go up there. And she starts doing her shrieking thing.
Yeah.
And Chuck Berry's just playing along, and all of a sudden she starts shrieking, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And he looks over at John, like, you better control your bitch.
Yeah, get that bitch out of there.
Check your bitch, John.
That's
All right.
exactly the look on his face.
So-
Like, what the fuck?
So here's the one great thing that I love about Chuck Berry, straight up. Okay, before he did a show, no matter what, he only got paid in cash, and you had
Smart.
to pay him before he did the show.
Yep.
He wanted a suitcase, a briefcase full of his money or whatever, however it was. He wanted
Paper bag, it didn't matter. Just give him his money.
He wanted his money up front in cash. He's like, "Fuck you."
Well, and you know what? He wasn't even that great because everybody knows that Marty McFly wrote Johnny B. Good.
Yeah, right.
And he just heard it over the phone because his cousin Marvin Berry.
Yeah.
He goes, those new sound you're looking for?
Check this out.
Well, just like Rick Astley, it was, Brian Griffin did
Yeah.
the song, and then, it's your cousin Marvin Astley.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot they
You're
did
looking
that.
for this great. You're looking for that generic sound. Here it is.
It's not Robert Zemeckis, but the other Bob Gale, because they both made the Back to the Future movies.
Yeah.
He said they're like, "Is there anything you regret with the movies?" And he's like, "Oof, Johnny Be Good." He's like looking back and now it's like, yeah, this white guy actually wrote it. I'm like, oh, that doesn't go too well nowadays.
Time.
This doesn't go too well 35 years later.
Right.
But it's like, oof, yeah, probably Johnny Be Good.
It's 1985. It was a different era, man.
Yeah, and actually, it took place in 1955.
Yeah.
So
But yeah.
Well, we talked about it. Like some of our nicest, most polite heroes called each other fag.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Bill and Ted, and
yeah.
and
Well, it's like Teen Wolf. You always
gosh.
bring that
Everyone-
Teen Wolf up.
Fag.
every
yes.
80s movie, fag was the default insult.
Yeah.
Yep, they said it.
Or-
We're quoting, so we
Matt,
can say it.
Matt Dillon,
Yeah.
and My Bodyguard. Come on, faggot, get up.
Fag.
Everything that was the word of the day.
Yeah. I mean, like with Bill and Ted, it was just like, you fag.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't mean anything.
Can't do it now.
It didn't mean anything. Oh yeah, I still do it. I don't care.
When you guys, this is when I think the latest movie just before it all started and everything changed. In my opinion, the latest movie where someone kind of innocently said fag, but it was not, it was the last one that it was like kind of okay. And I think it was Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah.
When Peter Facinelli's character is like standing there like distraught and the girl goes, fag.
Yeah.
And I think that was the last time that was okay.
And it was a chick doing it,
It was the
so
girls that would have been what, 98?
I think it was 98 that movie
So
came
that
out,
was so I want that for posterity. That is the last time it was said by someone that wasn't evil, like a movie like a
right.
the guy was pure evil and he just hates gays.
Trip
or whatever.
McNeely.
Yep, Trip McNeely.
Trip McNeely.
Trip McNeely.
Amanda.
I do it all the time. Like guys at work will be like, "Oh yeah, man, you're like talking about Neil working there. Like, yeah, your boy, man, he's good, man. He keeps everything going around here. He works hard." I'm like, "He's a fag." they're like,
The boss is like, whoa.
they're like, "What?" I'm like, "He's a fag." They're like, "Meaning what?" I go, "He's a fag."
Don't explain it. Just keep on saying the same thing.
Yeah. Now you're like, "Was he gay?" No, he's a fag.
Fag doesn't always mean gay.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
Bundle
No,
of sticks.
remember like when we were over at doing the Friendsgiving, me and Holly's husband were talking. Ed. And I was like, yeah. I go, he's not. Of course, I quoted South Park with the biker fags. I go, he's not a gay fag. He's just a fag.
Yeah.
South Park.
And he's like, yep. Yeah.
That's what you're saying, lame.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lame.
Yeah.
He's a fag.
Yeah, there's a big difference between calling your buddy lame
Yeah.
and like someone who
Like
someone like asshole that like corners a gay person. It's an ear vag.
Yeah.
That's a different thing altogether.
Nah.
You do that, you're a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
If you do that, you're the fag.
I like gay fags.
Okay, if you do that,
I like gay fags. They're cool.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't have said that, but
I don't know him.
I am
No, is
kidding.
it-
I do not know him.
think about that if you had a gay friend that was behaving in a really lame way and you fool. Whoa, don't want to slip out.
Fool. Fag.
You fool.
You're being a dork, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
check it out.
What can I call you
Yeah.
for your lame ways of acting? Also,
You're being a foolish person.
That's no good.
No good.
You're being an ungooder. You're being
Oh, man.
so
we could just go like Big Gay. I'll go, you silly goose.
Good.
yeah.
But then we get making fun of him.
Yeah.
No, you call him an asshole right now.
Now they got to the point where they're doing so well financially that and they have boats and everything. I don't think they
Yeah.
care. They're laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
All of them got boats.
Got bo-
They all got boats.
It's like 80% of them at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
They have boats. They have
It's like-
parties.
What's that, like reparations or something? Yeah, we all get boats for
Now, can you imagine? Though, the thing about it, if you were a gay person, how awesome would a gay cruise be? Where 100% of everyone there is a potential mate.
Yeah, right.
You can't beat it,
Right.
because if you go like a couple, like a singles cruise, it's only half.
That's
If
true.
that, yeah.
So if you go to a gay cruise, you got 100% participation,
Right.
Potentially,
Right.
Potentially, yeah.
So I mean, it's way fucking better.
Yeah.
Like now you do it a straight cruise, it's half, and then all the tall guys get the most up. It sucks.
Yeah.
But if you go
Fucking tall people.
they do. Girls always pick tall guys first, and then
Yeah, that's true.
the good-looking guys that are normal height, and then
Yeah. And then
people like me jerk off because we're not getting nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
And you just wait till the end of the night when they're all drunk and
Yeah.
then make your move. Go, hey, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah,
Get some lifts in your shoes.
Get
the
some
old-
lifts.
There's some medicine water.
Yeah. Here, it's a drink for you.
My tongue's going numb. It's normal.
It's all fuzzy, fizzy, and bubbly. Oh, yeah. It's really good. You drink it up. Here.
All I think of is Lloyd Christmas when he's.
Yeah.
Come on, drink it all, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Take it all. There you go. Do I look better now?
Yeah, right.
Do I look
Do I
like
look better? No. Don't worry.
A little
in
more
a few
here.
minutes, you're going to be out.
Yeah.
It's not going to matter.
I'm going to keep drinking this till I look like Tom Hardy.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to keep going. You're going to wake up, your bottom's going to be sore.
Yikes. You're talking about the gay cruise still, right?
So,
Yeah,
this is...
Well, that's cruise. It's probably guaranteed that your bottom's going to be.
Yeah, this is...
But that's by design. That's whatever. That's their life. I don't pick for people what they do.
No. Help.
Sports, man. We're talking about sports.
You have a choice.
I don't got any more sports to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, we never really, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of started to talk about the Broncos, but we didn't really because.
Yeah, Aaron.
They don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
All four of their quarterbacks are not able to perform because of
and then and I did bring up that the one kid is on their practice squad's a Wake Forest
We got a
quarterback.
COVID back.
I think that's going to be, if I end up watching any football tomorrow, it'd be that game because
I'm hoping
how
that
the fuck they're going to do that.
I'm hoping that they're going to air it, on.
Yeah, I didn't even check the schedule. I'm
Well,
sure.
you don't really know like what's going to get played locally here.
Anybody that played quarterback in like high school or middle school is shitting themselves on that team. Like, I hope they don't fucking make
Pretty much their
Hope they don't fucking
backup
make me do
their
this.
backup running back played a little bit in high school or something.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about like it's him and then a guy that they converted to wide receiver who's on their practice squad who was undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
That came from like Wake Forest, I think it was.
Get a 33.
But he did play
33-yard passing
like
ability.
he had like 30 something starts or something.
Really?
Or 20 something starts
Oh, so they might be okay.
as a quarterback.
It may
but-
sound like they had jack shit.
Yeah, well, he's been on their practice squad and he hasn't practiced as a quarterback at all.
Well, he's got 24 hours.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
Get Elway back out
You
there.
can learn all the plays in 24
But yeah,
hours.
basically you can't sign anybody because you have to wait 6 days. They have to
They have to
pass-
clear, yeah.
Yeah, they have to clear COVID.
Yep.
For 6 days.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
it'd be a fun game.
The rules are the rules.
Well,
man.
personally, I love it because fuck John Elway.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
I never like disliked him or liked him, but like since he's taken over that team, it's like, dude, you are one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. You can't fucking groom a quarterback for your team.
Nope.
A lot of times the athletes are terrible at the coaching end.
Yeah, and I mean he's like, oh well, I'll just go get Peyton Manning.
That works.
Okay, great. You got your Super Bowl that's going to keep your job for a little while. Now what?
Yeah.
Then he drafted Paxton Lynch in the first round.
Yeah.
Traded up to draft him.
Yeah.
who he was like, what's he like 6'11"? I don't know. He's gigantic.
He is huge.
He's like gigantic. I'm like, why did you draft this? This guy was not going in the first round.
See over the line, man.
Yeah, he was not going in the first round. You drafted him, and he's gone already. He's done that several times already, and they're all gone.
He's 6'7", 6'7" or 6'8", depending what you go by.
Same thing with Brock Osweiler. Did the same thing. He drafted
6'7".
Yeah, Brock Osweiler, same thing. 6'8". Yeah.
And then he also
Flacco's 6'6".
Flacco's huge.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He traded draft picks for fucking Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
What did he do?
Nothing.
Sound like such a idiot. Like,
yeah.
Wow, these pro athletes are tall.
Dude, yeah, there's another one.
Man.
Case Keenum, he played for him for a minute. All these guys are he has had so many freaking quarterbacks there. Trevor Simeon.
Seaman.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it looks like Seaman. Seaman.
Yeah, just tons of them. And he just every time there's like a free agent available, they're like, where could this free agent go? And they always
Denver's always on the list.
Always, yep.
Every single time.
How tall is that? The Nord Lawrence?
6'5".
Yeah,
well, he's big too.
Yeah.
But the difference between 6'4", 6'5", and 6'7", 6'8" for a quarterback
is 2 to 3 inches.
These guys aren't they're awkward. They're awkward when they get to pros, when they're that tall, they're awkward back there.
Trevor Lawrence is 6'6".
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, some of when they have, you are right, Al. It seems like you get too much beyond 6'5", 6'6", their coordination.
Yeah, it's kind of like pitchers too. Like when you got like these guys that like they had like we had Doug Fister. He's like 6'8" or 6'9", and he had,
Randy Johnson looked like a giant goober out there.
Yeah. And like he's like kind of the exception to the rule because he had a really great career, but a lot of these guys don't have like they either end up hurt or they're awkward and they sometimes they pitch good and sometimes they don't. They're where Randy Johnson was just great,
Yeah.
But
he's a complete dick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heard that too.
Angry all the time.
Well, it's he clearly that's why he was so good because he was just a dick,
I remember Howard Stern was talking about when they beat the Yankees, him and Schilling. He goes, you want to talk about a big win for white America? he's like Kurt Schilling. That's an SS officer, and then he said Randy Johnson looks like a Klansman.
Yeah, he does.
He said, of course they won.
Oh,
yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was Arizona, right?
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy that won it for him, I didn't, like I said, outside of the Tigers, I didn't watch a lot of baseball all the time, but I remember that dude Womack getting all kind of hits.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's really why they won. That guy went on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had just
short black guy.
That was it was just like great because it was the Yankees.
Anybody beating the Yankees is
it was just so great.
Even after 9/11, I couldn't root for the Yankees.
No.
That's how bad I hate the Yankees. Look, I know 9/11 happened, and you guys deserve it. And in the perfect storybook thing, you'd win, but no, I don't want you to win.
But fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you. You're the Yankees.
That's right. You've got enough of them.
Then that was the year the former Tiger, Luis Gonzalez, did well in the World Series too.
Yeah.
He actually helped them win it also.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was on he was on Arizona. He was on Arizona. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
And that wasn't that a year where the Asian guy blew the save, Byung-Hyun Kim, and he cried.
Yes.
And then they ended up winning the next game and winning the World Series.
Oh.
But
he didn't chop his finger off or nothing.
He didn't do seppuku or anything.
The Tigers were not good that year. I remember.
Well, they had this thing where they
sucked.
They sucked.
Yeah.
And then they took players that were decent and they would just let them go or trade them away.
Yeah. We had a guy named Randy Smith who would trade them all away to either San Diego or Houston for nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That went well though.
It did.
Those teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It really went well for them.
What he did
who's the guy that smoked so much weed Anderson was his name.
Matt Anderson.
He threw 100 miles an hour and he like weeded himself out, literally.
Yeah.
Joel Zumaya did that a little bit too, though.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know. Like he's like, I heard myself like moving some stuff.
He heard himself playing Guitar Hero.
Yeah, he heard himself
his thumb.
He heard himself playing Guitar Hero, and he heard himself carrying some boxes out of the attic. I'm like, dude, you were stoned. Stop it.
Yeah.
You know, that was all. He was a stoner.
So, well, you were talking about Randy Smith. You know what Randy Smith was good at is when he did trade those players was getting draft spots for him, and then also really sucking at drafting people.
Yes.
So he'd get all those draft picks, and then he would do really badly with the picks he'd use.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, we had some.
Must be something with just Detroit sports and their GMs. That's what they do.
Yeah. You know, what's funny is like one of his best draft picks was one of his last ones. It was Jeremy Bonderman.
Yeah, he lasted a while.
Yeah. He wasn't that great, but that dude was the first one to go and have that surgery. He had the rib removed.
Yeah. So he could suck his own dick.
Yeah. So
Marilyn Manson, right?
So yeah.
That was the rumor.
Well, it was for that thoracic whatever. So he
Thoracic Park.
So we wouldn't get blood clots.
Yeah, that's
anymore. Right. And but he was one of the first to do it. I'm like, dude, you know, he's not even that great of a pitcher, and how much more of a career is he going to have? But this dude's willing to let you remove a rib so that he won't have these issues anymore. I'm like, that's pretty ballsy, you know.
Oh no, he didn't draft Bonderman. That was part of the Carlos Pena trade. Oh, he was drafted because I had to think about that. The A's drafted him because he was part of the money.
Right.
If you read the book Moneyball, there was a big to do about them drafting Jeremy Bonderman because he's the kind of guy they always drafted and they liked it. And Billy Beane was like, no, and threw a chair through a wall because he was so pissed about the pick. And that's the next year Billy Beane took over drafting solely by himself.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then Bonderman was gone. That's what the Pena, okay.
Yeah, that was a Carlos Pena trade.
Bonderman, I just had a memory of him when he first signed. He was like a bright-eyed kid and everything.
Yeah.
And he had his first media day, and you could tell he was having an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
He's all breathing. He's like,
well, because he was drafted out of high school, and then he was pitching for us at 20 years old.
Oh, was he even that old? I thought he was like 19. I thought they really.
He was born in 82, so
they pretty much started pitching him right away, dude.
Basically they got him when he was 20 years old, and he was pitching in the majors before he's 21.
Yeah. Because I mean, like the same thing with Porcello, but Porcello had it a little easier because Porcello wasn't expected to be your number one.
No,
Bonderman was like their ace.
Yeah, like
you're 20 years old. I mean, that's how bad we were. Was Bonderman was our ace. And we had like nothing to go along with him.
Porcello had the all-time greatest judo throw in a fucking baseball fight.
Yeah.
Who's that guy from Boston?
Yeah.
What's that bald white guy that everyone...
Euclid?
Oh, Euclid.
Yeah, he fucking threw that guy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then he ended up playing for Boston, but Euclid was long gone.
Yeah, he's
by
gone
then.
at that point. Yeah.
He won a World Series with them.
He did.
A few years ago.
He won a Cy Young with them.
Yep. They got him on the cheap
They got him on the cheap.
60 million for 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, he was like our number 4.
Yeah.
Because we had Verlander and then we ended up with Scherzer. Yeah. But I mean, even like he was our number 3 for a while, but I mean.
Yeah, 3 or 4, depending how Fisher was doing.
They had a lot of pitching, man.
Yeah. They've all won World Series since.
Well, that's like Neil and I were talking about today. We were actually talking about because we drove by Comerica and he was like, he goes, yeah, that World Series with the Giants, man. And I'm like, he goes, that just pissed him off. And I said, yeah, me too. I go, 2006 didn't because we were young. And really, we came out like out of nowhere. We were expected to be better, but we weren't expected to be. That was Leland's first year.
We had a lot of pitchers, even from slightly different. Weaver fucking got a World Series, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all of them.
But I mean, like that 2006 team. I mean, Kenny Rogers was our main guy, you know, and he was our veteran. We only had a few veteran guys, you know. We had a really, really young fucking team. So it didn't hurt me as bad because it had been so long since we'd done anything, and for them to come out and do what they did.
I mean, not really though. Think about it. They had who was catching.
Pudge.
Who was first base? Sean Casey.
Casey was a a pickup. Nothing. I mean, the guy wasn't.
He hit 3-something.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
but second base was Polanco. Shortstop was Carlos Guillen.
Yeah, but this was a team.
Old dudes.
This was a team that they kind of put together like that year. You know,
Verlander was definitely young.
Yeah, but I mean, like their pitching staff was.
You're right. The pitching staff was.
Yeah, I mean, but
what hurt them was that they beat Oakland too quick.
Well, yeah, big time.
And then they had 8 days until they played in the World Series.
Well, like all I was saying was that it didn't bother me as much them losing that one.
Yeah,
because of like where we were for. How many years? 20-something years that we didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but that 2013 with the Giants, I'm like, that pissed me off because that team was built, to win.
Yep.
We had 2 Cy Young winners already.
Yeah, and my favorite thing wasn't that year. I think it was the year after when they lost to Boston in the playoffs.
I just wanted to punch Lincecum's hair.
And Prince Fielder didn't hit at all.
Yeah,
like not once.
Oh, and then
they're like, oh, what do you think it was? He's like, just like all nonchalant. I'm like, trade that fucker, and they did. They listened to me.
Yep.
Because he was all like, whatever, it happens. Like, fuck you.
Yep.
They gave you how much money? You need to fucking hit in the playoffs.
Your dad didn't ignore you enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently.
Yeah, that team was built. That team was built to win. I mean, and then the worst part was just the shutout. You know, to be swept like that, you know, just
fucking tight.
Yeah, that was a shit pushing.
Yeah, right.
It was just a fucking
shit pushing,
bottomed out.
Gaped. Yep.
I did make it inside
prison rape.
I went into the All-Star game when it was here.
Yeah.
I got to go in I snuck in with.
Oh, yeah. I remember
we got in, and then security, what are you doing? Like, all right, we're leaving. They didn't remove us, so they just caught on to it.
Yeah.
Right,
I remember you telling me that. Who was it with?
Kent.
Yeah.
Well, remember they had I forgot the bar. There was a bar that was attached to it.
Yeah.
Anybody can go in that bar.
Right.
You don't. And all we did is wait for security to not look for a second and just fucking walked in the park. And
right.
And then we were kind of just walking around, and they were standing in the aisle a little too long. And the guy's like, "Where's your ticket?" We're like, "We're out of here. We just wanted to see one inning." He's like, "All right, go ahead." He wasn't like a dick about it.
Right.
He's like, we weren't taking someone's actual seats either.
No.
So, I got to see one inning.
That's
Ironically,
cool.
Kenny Rogers was pitching, and it wasn't for the Tigers.
No.
It was for whatever fucking team he was on at the time. But he was pitching the inning.
That was before he was with us?
Yeah.
That was the Rangers.
Right. Yeah. Because he got booed because there was some.
Yeah, because that was after he got into a big fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he got like the huge suspension.
Yeah.
Because he fucking.
Yeah.
Because he like totally cheap shotted that dude or something.
Yeah. He got booed when he was pitching.
Yeah.
That's all I
Because people were
remember.
like, he's an asshole. Well, he kind of was an asshole, but really, like, he kind of mellowed out it, you know.
Yeah. He was actually really relaxed.
After that, he really mellowed out after that incident with him. Because he got like didn't he get like 100-game suspension or some shit?
No, did he get in a fight, or was he the one that beat up the cameraman?
Yeah, I think
that's what it was. That's what it was. The cameraman.
Yeah,
but he got like a fucking 100-game suspension or something.
He got.
It was like the rest of the year. It was like 100 games.
That cameraman had it coming.
Yeah. All taking those pictures and talking,
doing his job.
Like, motherfucker. Maybe he did get into a fight too, though. I think the cameraman was a few years before that, and then he had another incident.
I know he was notorious for like starting shit with, he was cocky. He was a fucking asshole at times.
I like videos of famous people attacking, camera people and paparazzi.
Bjork.
The Bjork one's my favorite.
It's my favorite one.
Dude, I've never seen the Bjork.
Because you don't it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then she just starts slinging.
Yeah, she's like all over the place.
Dude, so like that's straight up like I can just go Bjork camera fight.
Yeah. My second favorite is the guy from Jamiroquai, and the reason it's my second favorite, it should be my first, but Bjork one is better. But it's the context behind it. They weren't even there to see him. He had fallen.
Yeah,
his star had fallen. I think.
Yeah,
he was hanging out where like Lindsay Lohan or something was. They weren't even there for him. He assumed they were and attacked him, and they didn't even know who it was.
Like, who the fuck is this
dude? They're like, who the fuck's this guy?
And they probably thought his name was Jamiroquai when they figured Jamiroquai attacked me.
Yeah,
actually, just
I don't
the name
remember
of
his
the band.
name. I think his name's like Jake. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Jamiroquai attack was close number 2.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Was he wearing that big stupid hat?
Probably.
Yeah. How the hell? He's like, I'm wearing my hat. You guys are. Totally
How did you not know I'm Jamiroquai?
At least he can chalk up to that. If he wasn't wearing a hat, be like, oh, I wasn't wearing my hat. Now I get it, guys. Okay, you didn't recognize me. Baseball story, real quick. I did not. This you guys were talking about the Tigers pitching staff, and Verlander came up, and I saw something the other day that I didn't know about him when he was a little leaguer, like 9 or 10 years old. He could throw really hard, really young.
Yeah,
and he was in a little league, in Virginia, where he's from, and he threw really hard, and all the other kids were scared of him because he could throw really hard, but also he had no control. so because he's like 10.
Yeah, so
you can throw. You want to throw as hard as you can. You don't necessarily worry about control.
He could throw 60 miles an hour. He just got nowhere to. You don't know where it's going to go.
Probably cracking 70.
You never. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know exactly, but there's people who said he was cracking 70 already at this point.
God.
Because he was tall and lanky already.
Yeah, right.
And he hit so many people that the other parents trying to get him banned from the league.
Yeah.
At 10 years old.
Kill somebody.
He could. Mm-hmm. He could. And they're like, he's a menace. It's like, he's not doing it intentionally. He's just doing like all your kids would do, trying to throw as hard as he fucking could.
Right.
What was because when you played Little League, what was the one thing you wanted to do? If you were pitching or if you were
strike
playing
someone
around,
out?
you want to be the guy who throws either the farthest or the hardest.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he was doing in Little League, and he almost got kicked out of the league for it.
I remember when it was revealed to me how like I didn't have a world-class arm, and I thought I did.
Yeah.
This is when I was like 17 or 8. I was like pretty much an adult. I was like, and it was in Hillbilly days, and I've never been on a radar. And
yeah.
They had one of them things that the pits where they can test your speed. I'm like, here's where it's going to be confirmed. I'm 80, 85, guaranteed. I fucking threw it 72. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like 17 or 18. I wasn't a little leaguer. I'm like, fuck, well, I guess I don't have a good arm.
I guess my career's over.
Yeah, like I thought I was 80, 85.
Even though I haven't played organized baseball in at least 2 years. Yeah. My career's over now.
Yeah, well, the thing was I thought, well, I got a good arm. I might not have been great at anything, but I have a good arm. No, I was thinking 88. I'm not pro. I'll never be in the pros, but I can get close. No.
Yeah, because even
72 miles an hour.
Even at that age, if you're throwing 85, there's still someone thinking that like you can develop your arm. There's people who get signed at 85 miles an hour.
Oh yeah.
Because you're only 17.
Especially when you're 17 or 18.
Yeah, that's why I thought I was right in that range.
Yeah. You never know. You can get signed.
I knew I wasn't Nolan Ryan or anything, but I knew I was pro level.
Dude, if you're like 17 and you're throwing like 85 miles an hour and you got like good command of the ball, you are getting signed.
Oh, if you're 85 with command at 17, you're getting looked at.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Well, like that guy I was telling you about that lived across the street from me that had his parents had the mink farm. Mm-hmm. His son played on like the traveling leagues.
Yeah.
He was 11 or 12, and he was throwing at like 70 to somewhere between 70 and 73 miles an hour. He's a tall, lanky kid. There was a kid on his team who was like 12, who was throwing like already almost 80 miles an hour, and like all these guys were like out there because like dude, like these leagues, some of these leagues are just owned by rich guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there were like people out there. He's like, my neighbor was like, man, there's all these, we were at this game and he was pitching that day. He goes, there's all these fucking scouts out there just watching him and talking to him and talking to his parents, telling him, oh, don't let him go to college. He's going to be a professional baseball player.
Here's the thing. That kid who's throwing 75 or 80, almost 80 at 12, is going to have Tommy John surgery in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry. It's going to happen.
That happened to my a guy who worked with Tiny. His son was getting looked at by a lot of teams. He was cracking 90.
Yeah.
And he was 6'6". He's 7, this kid.
Yep.
And he fucked his elbow up.
Yeah, because it's 12 years old is too early to start throwing change-ups and curveballs and stuff because it just the torque on your developing arm is just too much.
Yeah.
If you're throwing heat, that's one thing, but when they try changing it up and they're doing different arm motions and stuff, and especially kids are playing year-round now, that's when you're getting hurt.
Yeah. Well,
you got 13-year-olds having Tommy John surgery. It's no joke.
When I watched that sports science
You try to win, though. You play to win.
I watched the sports science thing, and they were talking about pitchers, and the actual two examples they used, it was right after, it was probably like 2008 or so. So it was right after the Tigers had went to the World Series. It was Verlander and it was Zamaya, and they were showing the different styles of throwing. And they said that the way that Verlander throws through his body, he will probably never have any issues like that. He may have core issues, which he did. But he was also huge into core training. Yeah. So they said that will help him too, where he may have them later on, which it wasn't until later on really that he did. Yeah. You know, he'd already been playing for some years, but they said with Zamaya, the way Zamaya threw, it was
this
all arm.
This is how you hurt yourself on guitar.
It was all arm.
Yeah, all
100, 102 miles an hour. And they're like, he will never have a full lifetime. He'll never have a full career in baseball. He will always have injury problems. And they said it was shoulders and elbows, and that's what he had every fucking time.
You know, and I think that's what amazes me about Max Scherzer is he hasn't had really any injuries.
No, like last year, I think was the first time he was missed
his
any
motion
time.
is fucking shit. I mean, it's so herky-jerky.
Yeah, it is.
And it's violent. I don't know how he hasn't had more major injuries.
Some people just have the body
genes. Sometimes it's genetics,
like
man.
Nolan Ryan, I still think, I don't care what the guns say, I think Nolan Ryan was the biggest freak of nature ever.
Oh, absolutely.
It was before the steroid era.
Yep.
And then my dad and uncle said that they'd go to Tiger Stadium back when, the 60s and 70s when he was young.
Yeah.
And they said he would just be warming up and that mitt would be exploding. Like,
yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And they said he didn't look like he was even straining,
No,
he could generate so much power.
I mean, on top of it, then he, like how long he played, his longevity too. I mean, that is insane,
He fucking beat up Robin Ventura when he was like 50. Fucking got him in a headline. Was fucking.
I'm trying to find this stat. I just saw it the other day, and I cannot find it now. But I think it was something like if a pitcher started off now and struck out 225 people a year for 20 years, they still wouldn't come close to his strikeout record.
Right. Yeah.
20 straight years of 225 strikeouts.
He ended up after baseball. He kind of went downhill and financially. He owns a bank.
He owns a bank.
Yeah.
I think he owned the before he was the president of the Rangers. He's not anymore, but he owned a baseball team, the Round Rock Express.
He owns a town.
I think he had like the
Bushes listened to him.
Didn't he have Didn't he have a minority stake in the Rangers or one of them at one time, or it was either them or the Astros?
Yeah. No, it was the Rangers because it was part of his deal as being their president.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember him and Frank Tanana going head to head, and they were showing the difference because they were both around for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And they showed the difference. They were both started out as power pitchers, but Tanana definitely changed to stuff.
Yeah.
Because as he got old, he became the character from Major League with all the tricks and the Vaseline.
Well, even like Kenny Rogers was like that at the end of his career. I mean, he was throwing like fucking like 70-something miles an hour, but he would throw like these like.
If you can change speeds and make them off balance, you don't need as much heat.
Well, that was the thing too. Is like we had like, we had Kenny Rogers on the team for a few years, but it was like his last year. I think it was. We had nobody. Our closer sucked.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I just moved out. I just met my buddy Rick out in Utah, and I just moved out there. And he's like, dude. He goes, you know what they need to do? He goes, they need to just every once in a while. He goes, they need to go out there and throw Kenny Rogers out there to close. He's like, because he will fuck people up with that 72 mile an hour pitch.
That's true.
He's like,
they won't know what to do.
And Rick was like, Rick actually tried out for the team for the Tigers years in like 85.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he was a hell of a pitcher. But when he got there for tryouts, they put him in the outfield, and he's like, oh, well, I'm a pitcher. And the guy's like, get out to the outfield. And he just went out there, and then they were fielding balls, and he fucking gunned it all the way up to, they're like, come here, you. why are you out here? Why aren't you pitching? He goes, I don't know. I told them that's what I was here for. And they're like, all right, well, we'll call you and the next couple days and you'll pitch for us. Well, then they end up having him pitch for him, and then they never called him again.
Oh, it should have been an outfielder.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. If a pitcher struck out 250 batters for the next 22 straight years, Nolan Ryan would still have more strikeouts.
Jesus.
It's insane.
That is insane.
All right, fellas, we're going to probably end it here.
So he's...
No, let's talk about Nolan Ryan for another hour.
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Talk about
Nolan
Ryan bonus episode.
He just made it into the Hall of Fame, barely.
Yeah, barely.
He just got in there slightly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Radio Underground, we are out.
Recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground.